All right, let's go ahead and party. Wow, how's it going, everybody? Welcome, welcome, welcome. On the YouTube side, how you doing, Fuber, Coop, and 14? How you doing? How you doing? And on the Twitch side, everyone give Matthew a round of applause for 69 first. Supreme noise. How you doing, Balthazar Gelt? Right on time for the supreme noise. How you doing, Robon? How you doing, Jay? How you doing, Horror Loving? Noise. How you doing, Steve? How you doing, Gideon? Welcome, welcome, welcome. How you doing, Zetai? How you doing? I think we caught up. Yay! How's it going, nerds? Welcome, welcome, welcome. I have had myself a good day. You know, I think there's like a comedian that joked about this. Oh yeah, let's get a chef's kiss going. Let's get a chef's kiss. Mwah. Molto bene. But like you know, like I think it was a John Mulaney bit about like having plans and getting canceled. Like they're having your plans canceled. I had, usually on Sundays, I either do one of two things. I have a long-running D&D 5e group that I'm a part of, and also, I usually will, I was originally going to be playing, you know, Black Crystals, welcome, welcome, welcome. I was going to be playing some Trench Crusade today, but my opponent got sick, so I was like, okay. And I stayed home, and how you doing, Bunny? Welcome, welcome, welcome. And I have been immensely busy with just like working on some just random project stuff. Oh god, there we go. Oh, the paint I want to get out was like super stuck. This is I hate the Tooth and Coats bottles. Tooth and Coats is a good brand, but fuck the bottles on them. So yeah. And how you doing? No, the thing, so we're in a weird spot where it's not even about like our Trench Crusade campaign is at like a really weird lopsided level because like the amount of players is kind of like fluctuates, and also like getting everyone's schedules together. So like I currently have like one group, what's it called? I have like one warband on the second round of the campaign and another on the third. And besides me, everyone else is sort of scattered between games 1 through 3. So it's like, unless I play with like the same like 2 people over and over again, it makes like the campaign really specific on other people's schedule stuff. I want to play though. See, I would agree with the Black Grail Strikes Again, but I'm not even playing the Black Grail of this one. And how you doing, ours? And Zetai, enjoy your lurk, yo. In this one, I'm actually playing Methodius Pilgrims and Heretic Legion, which is weird because that's not exactly how I was expecting to do either. But there's another guy who's sort of wanted to pick up the Grail, which that's been sort of his dealio right now. And as far as the Pilgrims, I don't know. No one else is really running Pilgrims at where I play at. But yeah, I got to work on some. Do you guys remember, like, some of you might remember that I had like Trench Crusade, like big fuck off dudes writing like animated things of garlic. I needed to rebase those a lot. A lot of my early Turnip 28 stuff. To be fair, I don't know why. For some reason, there's like a weird implication that like Trench Pilgrims are harder to kit bash. I don't know. Maybe no one. I have a thing about like zealots and weirdos and freaks and whatnot. So like, I'm biased, but that's also why I like word bearers. That's also why I like word bearers for that same reason. But like, you know, fancy seeing the pink horse. Yeah, I've like many people in my age bracket and online occupation, I have fallen into horse game, and Urara is very good. Like this is another weird thing about Uma Musume, where I passively acquire horse knowledge from Twitter now. Where Urara, like her big thing was like she lost every horse, but like she was such kind of like an underdog champion that people loved her, and like she kind of was able to like save I think she was trying to save like a farm or something. But anyway, she basically had a record of like 113 races participated, and she won not a single one. And but she did win a race like in 2019 that was specifically, it's kind of like an old retired racehorse race, so it was like a very chill race. And of course that was her first win, which was really sweet. I was like, oh, you just gotta stay jazzed for it. Get some more biases of, hey, you'll get some, you'll get enough. I believe it. It's also it's all good, Guilt. I will be streaming for a while too, so if you got to do your research or whatever, or just pop in and out when you can. Really, I'm a very I know there's like some VTubers that are like, ooh, spend all your time with me or else I'm gonna big depresso you. I'm kind of just like, you know, I'm chill. I understand. Yeah, but she do be the underdog horse, and then we were listening to Gold Chip. I just dried off my paintbrush directly on my thigh. Luckily, I wear pants, but I was just like, huh, that's not the paper towel I put there. But yeah. So yeah, I don't know. As far as I'm aware, I think I'm still the only Trench Pilgrim player at my shop. That might change. That might change. I don't know. We'll find out. I know there's like a couple of other people who've been posting stuff in like my shop's Discord, being like, "Hey, look, I'm getting into the game. Here's some minis I put together." So and that's looking optimistic. I'm pretty excited. But yeah, no. So today I was like airbrushing a couple of guys, including this motherfucker, who is I still want to put together a video about how I kit bash. So I have every stage of assembling this model from like the torso, which is the Stormcast torso, to the bits and whatever. I've been doing like rotators for. So in theory, I have like I don't have footage of like me putting glue on model. But I've done basically like everything else. So I'm hoping I can use that for a video or something. Hey, Kodoji, welcome. Oh yeah, the lore changes ever. Like it's definitely, it's just, I think it's just because everyone wants to put their own mark on the game when they work on it, which is understandable. People were like, hey, you want to, like, all you people who are not Japanese, you're like, you want to support this horse, we understand, and you're not allowed to visit. To be fair, they're not saying like, oh, those like dirty Westerns are not allowed to visit the horse. It's more like, these are old horses and they live in farms and aren't like tourist destinations, so like, you can't really go and just like visit Urara. But they're like, hey, you can send her fancy grass for like $60, which includes shipping and everything. It's like fancy fresh grass that like horses love. It's like horse steak, I think. I don't know. I don't know much about horses. So shit. Congratulations on your clip leaderboard, Charlie. How you doing? I just saw that. So nice. Hell yeah. But so people have been apparently mailing her somewhere in the ballpark of like potentially like hundreds of pounds of grass, to the point where people are like getting like concerned, upset. They're like, some of the other horses need grass too. God. But really the thing is though, like the horse trainers aren't stupid. If she gets too much grass, the other horses in the same farm will get more grass. It's not too bad. Yeah, the art has been really good as well. What are you doing, Coop? Are you doing just regular Grail, or are you doing are you doing a dirge? Because that significantly changes things. I know for regular Grail, like, I mean, you definitely want to, ideally, if you're doing a campaign, hit all your elites first, like, as quickly as you can in general. Hitting elites is good, so you can, like, get all your guys to, like, learn skills and whatnot. I'm partial to having at least one Plague Knight with a reinforced armor, a shield, a trench shotgun, and a plague shotgun, sorry. And that will give you, and then, like, maybe, like, a bayonet or something. No, I think you can still wield, like a greatsword with that. So Dirge is a sub-faction of the Grail, and it, like, changes the way your list building works. You get an additional knight, but you don't get, like, a Lord of Tumors or an Amalgam. You can spend infection markers on your opponent's models to make your Plague Thralls use ranged weapons, and they can equip ranged weapons. So, like, for instance, if you're doing Dirge, like, a big popular thing is to give all your Thralls a Visara Cannon, because they do a lot of damage and they have, like, bonuses to hit. A Visara Cannon Bereaved is, like, an 80 Ducat package, but you can just, like, really use that just to, like, hose down the model in pain. So, yeah, but, like, but if you're doing just, like, vanilla Grail, you're not gonna be able to do that. Like, one option, too, is the thing is also really, really cool about, because the Lord of Tumors, if you're doing vanilla Grail, all of his weapons count as trench clubs. If you really want, you can just give it, like, a Grail devotee and reinforced armor and run it stupid light. I got you. If you're not even at the rule stage, I would say get you maybe like 2 to 3 models that can be Grail, that can be Plague Knights, and maybe work on those first, because you'll need at least a Plague Knight in every list. How you doing, Meister Miller? Welcome. I'm working on base dirt before I work on the actual model. 13 minutes of painting dirt. Yeehaw. But yeah, there we go. That going. But yeah, I airbrushed him. I also did like a bunch of other guys. How you doing, Fred? Welcome. But yeah, I've been working on my Horse Heresy stuff again, so I've been trying to assemble the spoiler squad, because I figure in the new edition they won't get too fucked up. If you wonder what's up with his torso, this is a used model that I had to strip the paint from, and whoever assembled them were very unkind. I would avoid going too Grail Thrall heavy because they can get eliminated fairly easy. Another big thing too is some missions have model limits, and I think even like certain point thresholds in the game only give you so many models you can run. I'm personally not a big fan of going like dude spam, but other people seem to have like a lot more luck with that than I ever do. So, ooh, yeah, let's go. I have like an idea for my dirge, which is about like basically like a lady who would have became a Christian saint, died to the Grail in a battle, and got like infected, and her followers like loved her so much that that instead of burning the body, which they should have done, they were just like, we can probably just bury her. We can probably just bury her and it'll be fine. And then all of them were kind of buried near her because they liked her so much. And then after a while, like the ruined dirge plague just kind of manifested in her body, and like her sarcophagus began to reanimate, and also like began to seep to all of her followers, who just kind of kept the ride going in death. How you doing, Dark Muffin? How you doing? Exactly nothing but dummy scarecrows and the like. For a while, you could kind of do that in Malifaux with Kodoli. Just way. Like test out this brush on my dry. I need to reprime my dry brush palette. It's like way too colored, so I have a hard time seeing what needs dry brush and what doesn't. Yeah, so this is, I can also go medium zoom. Oh, I didn't even see what's on the medium zoom layer. You know what? There we go. Surprisingly less madness than I was expecting. What I wanted. Yeah, a lot of times for my grails, for my quartz stuff, I just do red, then dry brush on metal, just to kind of, I'm basically trying to mimic the art. And that makes it actually like really nice and quick and easy to put together, which is good. A lot of the work will be on the back, which is a gigantic like amalgam of flesh that I decided to put on the lad because I like to party. I'm somewhat known for liking to party with concepts, I guess. I'm gonna try to like this up a bunch, especially once I start doing like I think this is gonna be a real good like test subject for that like dark brown wash I've been using a lot more. I'm gonna say angle. The angles on this are not super dry brush friendly for this particular brush. I have the thinner one I can use. Yeah, the Supreme Funny Number Daily requires a lot of getting first, which, hey, now that Matthew is, like, not in the running for getting first, for fear of losing the Supreme Noise, it's gonna be much easier to get. How you doing, Battle Wreck? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yes, yeah, sorry, I was about to, the name I'm currently, like, workshopping in a way that feels good as the Tetratoma of St. Catherine, or Lady, probably Tetratoma of Lady Catherine. I think that's sort of what I'm going for. Yeah, the funny thing, but then like I have my regular Grail, and I can't think of really anything other than just like, infect shit. And it's like, okay, that's that's fun. Sometimes people join the Grail on. I mean, you don't really join the Grail. If you're like a real bastard, you become a Plague Knight or like a Lord of Tumors. But like, even that's pretty atypical. Oh, it's in this one. Okay, I got my itty bitty, super itty bitty dry brush, which is a godsend. I love this thing so much. I have to say Catherine made stinky. I could do. The funny thing is, I did pick up a Sisters of Battle. So they have that Rhino. I think I mentioned this before, but they have that like Rhino variant that has like the big ass speakers that my shop had used for like a stupid low price. So I picked that up for my word bearer guys. The not Tuma. I was like, are you doing like an Arnold bit? Are you telling it's not the Tuma? It's in the Tuma Choppa. I don't know where I'm going with this now. It's fine. Like, plan is to get on every single goofy little bit of. Probably it's because I airbrush this guy. That means a lot of the paint layer is actually like really like thin. Like I got to get used to the fact that some of this is just gonna like chip off, and there's not a huge amount I can do with that. How you doing, Omni Oliver? Squig. Hey, let's go. Squigs are very good. I think orcs are neat, though I have not really done much for them in terms of like getting an army, but I do like squigs a lot. I do like squigs a lot, so fuck yeah, let's go. I'm currently working on a lag for Trench Crusade. This is my Hell Knight. Here's his big old ball of flesh. It looked pretty good already, but like seeing that big ball of flesh rendered in what's it called? Seeing the big ball of flesh all painted in red is definitely like there we go. Excellent. The good shit, the real good shit. Also, once again, itty bitty dry brush continues to come in clutch. Probably the best brush I bought for a while. That's it. Oh, you were doing that on purpose. Ah, I got you. Fucking dork. How you doing, Oliver? How you doing? Oh, I gotta get like all here too. Fine. That's fine. How you doing, Dash Shift? How you doing? Welcome. Currently working on Hell Knight. Nice thing is at this stage I can be a little rough around like some of the stuff because I'm definitely going to be going back in and hitting it up with but this is hard to hit some of these angles, but like this would have been hard to hit even if I didn't extend the back details anyway. How you doing, Sola? Yeah, I listen, I'm making everybody. If I wanted to be real diabolical, I could, on the Discord, I could make a backlog busting channel and like make you guys like file in like, all right, what did you work on this week for your backlog? I could be real fucking like devious parentheses positive if I felt like it. If I just felt like being an absolute lunatic. No, that's the funny thing, Oliver. So originally I thought these Hell Knights were more like, you know, kind of like more like big knight size, like a Chaos Warrior size. So I actually made 2 of these already that were Chaos Knight size. And I was like, okay, that's fine. And then the official models came out, and this is one of the official models with a bunch of mods to it. And I was like, oh, that scale is much bigger than I was expecting. They're on 40mm bases, so like that's like reasonably big in the course of the game, but like, it's a good. So like for context, this guy's not done yet, but here's an Azeb from the Sultanate. And it's like, this is definitely like 5'11 versus like 6'0 deal right now. It's like the size difference is pretty large. Yeah, just absolutely diabolical. Absolutely diabolical. That's a combination of words that I wish to say in that particular order. Yeah, at first, because I was just like, well, you know, like 40mm bases for like hero units isn't that weird. Like I'm like, you know, there's like a lot of like Space Marines that are not particularly large that are on like 40mm bases. So I was like, okay, so I put them together, and then like now I'm like, oh yeah, no, they're like turbo manlet. So this guy is definitely going to be a replacement for all those itty bitty models, which I like those. I think I like the way my original ones turned out. I don't dislike them, but like once they're in the proper scale, I'm gonna be way more jazzed for it. There we go. Yippee! Nice. So, itty bitty models are us back. Oh, that's true. Yeah, I could have just did that. Well, these models are kind of on the bigger scale too, just because BCRM likes bigger models. I usually just use cork. I'm using a bunch of cork. I use like little like 3D printed ruin things. Here's some other ones. Oh yeah, I don't think I've actually. How you doing, Nagi? Welcome. I'm painting a big lad for Trench Crusade, a Hell Knight. Also, So I was digging through my shit and I found these. So, I mean, not the entire model, like, I found the really, really, really old Chaos Possessed. I was like, you know, the heads are fine. That's not an example of the head. I got 2 with wings. I was like, the backpacks are fine. The arms are big-ish, but fine. The heads are fine. It's really the hideous, like, crusty little torsos they got going on. So it's like, I can attach these to, like, Mark 6 bodies and make, like, pretty decent budget Gal Vorback. They're not like crazy I imagine these are like early implantation, like later in the Heresy when they were just like mass producing Gal Vorback that were just more like Chaos Possessed. It's like these would be good like inductee ones, but also I could just run them as possessed. So yeah, I put these guys together and airbrushed them today, and also this is what their bases look like for them. Yeah, Temu Galvorback, unironically, yeah. Because that was the idea that, like, the original Galvorback were, like, almost like a perfect synthesis of man and demon, and then the later ones were, like, the first hit's always free, and the rest are just, like, actual possessed. On Ryan Sleepers to speak. Hey, let's go. But yeah, they got 40mm bases, so this is, like, cork, texture paste, little bits of gravel, a big 3D printed ruin corner thing. Like, there we go. All together. Nice. See, like I said, this doesn't look that bad on a big marine. Like seriously, marines aren't that big, actually. Yeah, I've been having fun putting together some like bullshit projects. Like I got oh yeah, I was talking about how I was like toying around the idea of making like Alpha Legion variants of other war games that I play. So I got this guy. This is the new heavy machine armor from Westphalia. That I've made, like, there's the Alpha Legion symbol right there. He's got, like, a scaled head from Daka Daka for their Alpha Legion set. And I added a little thing right here. Very, very subtle, very subtle. And then I got, like, a little turnip cultist acolyte as well. Yeah, I might use him for, like, the mercenary cult in turnip that lets you, like, snipe shit. Yeah, the trench sets are just Westphalia rebranded. And this one's, like, really kind of jank, but I was kind of fucking around with some stuff. This is a like Alpha Legion Space Marine try to like cover up as much as possible. Like I'm gonna paint like the exposed metals Alpha Legion colors. These cloth bits will be red to match some other models I got, and then these will just be like burlap sack color. It looks a little chunky right now. Like these are supposed to be like ropes. I think it looks jank at this stage, but I'm gonna trust the process and see how that turns out. Yeah, Westphalia, they are a company that does like pretty legit like they were kind of known for doing like they hand make minis and then either do resin cast or make 3D prints of them. And they've recently been doing their own like monthly Trench Crusade stuff because like I like Trench Crusade, it's really cool, and I'm very glad many people are going on board. But it is also kind of trendy for STL producers to like Creature Casters now doing their own Trench Crusade something, which is good for people who are into Trench Crusade like me. More models, less problems. And it's just kind of funny like that. There we go. Yeah, I'm gonna try. I've never done like candy metal, but I'm probably gonna do like it's called Vallejo like dark metal, dry brush on a lighter metal, and then there's a speed paint called Raging Sea that I think would be a good thing. Oh yeah, no, I mean the problem is I've eaten so well that I'm full, as in like. Also need to grab this like beige. Like I have most of the models I need. Like I basically have like I haven't done inventory and I'm not done yet. Like my Sultanate New Antioch have like some like gaps. I've actually like gotten a lot of the main line that I would want. Oh shit, so you lucked out, and when people say pro painter, you actually got like a decent product and not like somebody's like it's because like I'm so used to seeing pro painter is like almost a joke for like someone who paints like awful. Like you would see like someone who's like baby's first like Space Marine says pro painted and it's like $300 for like a Primaris Lieutenant. And you're like, are you high? But yeah, okay, I guess if they didn't directly mention it was like quote unquote pro painted, but like so that means you have a better chance of action. And it's not like everybody's doing that. See, I'm gonna try layering on. Let's see. I'm gonna do 2 dots of Vallejo deep magenta and then 1 dot of the AK Interactive beige red for the back skin. Yeah, they might as well be like because at least the professional plumbers, I know that they're good at a skill because like I don't know, you know. What am I thinking of? Like, you know, I would not shame like a paint job from someone trying their best, but there's that kind of like, if you're gonna sell, yes, I sell pro painted and pro painted accessories, but like, you know, if you're going to sell at a markup because of what you believe your skills to be, I do think you do need to be able to back that up at some point. I do think there is like some amount of like, yeah, no, you gotta try. Yeah, so I'm gonna use this as like the initial layer for the pink, and then you'll get some more like just a direct beige color over this. And a blue table painting for years. I don't know. Blue table painting. Not it. But yeah, that like the Catachan one, I don't even know if I can entirely blame G-dubs. That sculpt is ass. Like, there part of me wants to do like I have a weird thing. Like, I almost want to get the Catachan sculpt and see like what my take on it would be. Not that I would be like much better, because like the base material is kind of jank, but I'm curious. It differs on the group. My usual Sunday games are from my 5e group, and they mostly just run adventure paths, which is you know, it's fine. And then my Friday group, like my long running group, is like previously we were playing in our groups, like we're basically in part of the same fantasy homebrew setting that we've been doing for like since like 2009. And right now we're doing a homebrew superhero setting based on two of the people in that group as well. Yeah, oh yeah, people have done that kind of stuff. I know. I think like Louise even did like G-Dubs put out a new model of like some like, I don't know, the Slaves to Darkness stuff that was like kind of bleh, but she was like, oh yeah, no, you know, you just need to paint this like with a bit more pizzazz. I'm like, okay, that's all you really need to do. But yeah, also that the Catachan also might have came from an era where it's like, you know, I must say that like even like the floor and the ceiling of like mini painting have both risen significantly. We did the whole like Curse of Strahd thing. It was fine. I don't like the way Wizard of the Coast designs adventure paths. Maybe it could just be like the way that like that group runs things. I don't know. It feels like all Wizard of the Coast adventure paths are you just kind of like dick around aimlessly between towns. Like I've noticed this is a repeat between Curse of Strahd and the we're doing the Frostmaiden one right now. Speedrunning death. You talked like if you have a problem really with anything TRPG related, that's like not like raw mechanics. You just need to talk to your group. Talking to your group is the thing that will resolve like 99% of like all tabletop related things. It really is the universal panacea. Yeah, I don't know. Universal cure. No, I was playing a centaur man named Clyde S. Dale, who I will say I wasn't trying to do this, but I was like, yeah, fuck it, I'll just play like a centaur monk. Because I can't play a centaur in Pathfinder, so I was like, oh, this will be novel. And it turns out having a horse that runs faster than a horse and is stronger than a horse and can run up the sides of walls really changes how that adventure path plays out. Yes, yeah, good old. Maybe I was primed for horse game all along, really. My favorite class in D&D specifically is Warlock, just because like it's the one that like my group mostly plays Pathfinder, but like I always just like the flavor and how flexible it is. If we're talking about like in general though, for like every edition of D&D, it's probably 3.5's Binder. I really like the Binder. Binder's idea was like certain beings that sort of fell out of the natural order of the universe would fall into like a pocket realm and become vestiges. This is sort of like where like certain like dead gods went, or like failed gods, or like sort of like things that were almost like even kind of like retconned out of D&D's history at the time. And you could channel them. Really the big thing though is in the lore, they just needed a form of magic that like, so D&D's kind of built around the idea that like, yeah, you know, like there's some churches that don't like magic, but like if you're a wizard and you show up to like fantasy church, like no one's gonna like give you shit for it. They're like, oh, hello there, wizard. I think Binder's original idea was to try to make like the kind of spooky occult forbidden magic, but it was such a really, really cool idea. Also, how you doing, Trust? Welcome. VTubers are fatherless. Not dead. Paid for good labor was pretend to be someone they're not for thirsty Reddit mods. I'm sorry, buddy. We're here for real neckbeard hours. We're here for real neckbeard hours. If you're a real neckbeard though, like you're in good company, but otherwise, nah. Yeah, I don't know. It does depend on your group though, to be fair. But yeah, like for like, you know, typical like tabletop stuff, you gotta put together. So like, I don't know. So if you're like, my players are like too like craving the sweet release of death, and they're just kind of running headfirst into things. Like it also depends if you're the DM or you're a player, because that does kind of significantly change the mood of like how you approach things. Because if you're a DM, you can kind of be like, hey guys, I'm running this. I'm not particularly having fun. Like you guys are dying so much, or like on the verge of death so much that like we can't really do anything particular. Like, you know, like it just doesn't like really super duper work out that way. But like if you're a player, you might also like sometimes too, if you're a player and like everyone else is having fun and you're not having fun, and like there's just kind of irreconcilable differences. Jesus Christ, pronouncing words is hard. Like at that point, like you might just need to duck out. That is always sometimes a thing too. I know people that like I'm like good friends with that I just went and played TRPGs. It just doesn't really work out. There we go. See, goodbye, frog poster. Goodbye. All right. The DM doesn't know how to stop them from doing this. I guess at that point, I guess like has your DM talked to your players? Like have your players talk to the DM? What's going on? Have you talked to the DM to talk to the players? Like maybe like if you guys both got together, or maybe even that's also might be something that like every now and then you might also want to let one of them run a game just to see how it feels. Sometimes a lot of times players might not understand what it's like on the other side of things. That's also an option. There's like an infinite permutation of like how shit goes, but whatever. But yeah. Yeah, it's okay. Neckbeard of the heart is what I'm looking for. I'm looking for someone who can also bitch at Wizards of the Coast with me while also still playing Magic. God, I'm a fucking hypocrite for that. It's because my local group of people are nice. So let's just turn out like real good. How you doing, Hellcat? Welcome everybody. Welcome. If you do not know me, I'm Halbernot the Mimic Elf, miniature painting VTuber of the Nerdlands game variety. And what are you up to? Oh, gross! You're playing Apex. Sorry. I couldn't help it. My body moves on its own when I see Apex in the league, but hopefully you had fun doing that. Hopefully you had fun playing. I'm currently working through some Trench Crusade stuff, and I don't want to mix another batch of the Flesh Mix. I think I need to. I'm running out. I guess if I leave any like lingering little bits of like red, though, that's not the worst. Not the worst. But yeah, no, binders are really fucking rad. Binders are super rad, but like it's like late D&D 3.5 was such an interesting period for like experimentation that I thought was really, really cool, and was almost kind of it had its own oeuvre to it that I haven't really seen. I guess like Sword World has been pretty sweet for it though. Sword World has been like a similar thought as I've been like looking for stuff like that. He do be a gooey lad as one do. But yeah, because the problem is like the foundation of 3.5 is objectively fucked, and I say this as someone who like cut my teeth on that system. How you doing, Judge Con? Welcome. Yeah, I like 3.5 conceptually. It has a lot of neat ideas, but goddamn, that is a like not so much fucked up shit with that system. I still love it. It's like accepting like your drunk uncle who like hasn't done anything wrong morally speaking, but is like made some questionable choices, but like eventually started getting better later. I don't know where I'm going with this metaphor, but something like that. Yeah. To be fair, I don't like it's. I think the demographic of D&D has shifted a lot, so it's like it's a lot harder. I mean, listen, I cut my teeth on 3.5. I own so many 3.5 books, but there are definitely flaws. There are definitely flaws with that system. Yeah, I think it's just harder. Like, I think that the things that, like, the demographic of people that like to noodle around with character options and stuff like that at like a really like autistic level, I do believe they exist, and I think it's just like a thing that swings with like the kind of like tabletop RPG pendulum. Like sometimes people want like really fluffy rules light kind of story-based games. Sometimes people want like the super crunch. And I say people as in like the general market. Like I can even see a lot of people who are kind of in like do more like rules light things still kind of like beginning to shift a little bit more. There we go. Oh, there we go. The lad is turning out great. Hell yeah. So let's go. Oh yeah, no, my knowledge is fucked because I've played so many different versions of like, it's like, all right, what does Bless do in this iteration? Like you would think Bless is consistent, but like Pathfinder 2e's version of Bless is like, you basically have to like spend actions to increase the range of it. It's really bizarre. A lot of spells that like you honestly kind of crutch on in D&D are nerfed pretty hard in Pathfinder 2e, But I also feel like part of that is like a very specific excuse to avoid, like, I think Paizo doesn't like Vancian casting. Like, modern Paizo doesn't like Vancian casting, and I don't mean that as in like a horrible ranty way, as in like, oh, they're making Wizard bad on purpose because because I feel like they have slighted me. I think they have a new design ethos for classes, but because they, you know, even though Pathfinder 2e is a departure from the previous game, it still has a lot of its DNA, and I think if they went totally like kind of like what they're doing with like the newer class design right off the bat for every class, that would cause like a 4e style like thing to like, what's it called? Oh, you're doing your skirmish game. Okay, that's a lot better, to be fair. That's a lot better, to be fair. How'd that go? But yeah, I think Paizo, I'm in my like, on, I don't know, reasonable prediction is once D&D, once Pathfinder 3e drops, I do believe Vancian casting will be fully gone. Yeah, Sorcerer's still, I mean, that's like general. I think Pathfinder has a couple more options for charisma, for sorcerer casting based on your based on your casting source. I think that's still a thing. I need to double check. I would need to double check. Oh god, yeah, no, I haven't had to deal with chaos spikes in a while, but you know, that is a mood. No, a lot of times they're doing like either like at will step power, almost like D&D 4e at will powers that aren't like stupid. They're not like particularly crazy strong. I'm also just do the exact same color on this flesh pile on the ground. That might be a fun unifying factor. They do kind of stuff like that, or maybe like once per encounter powers, or like things that modify other things. Effectively, I just think they are, or the other big thing is focus points. The idea that like you have a pool of 3 points that refreshes every combat, and you spend one of those, like, it doesn't refresh every combat. You can spend like 10 minutes out of combat to restore one, and there's like a bit of a pause sometimes. But it's like a way that like, okay, you spend that, you get like a big cool effect. But fancy casting is on that. In the oh, not fancy, sorry. No, it's not fancy, Vancian. My bad. So, you know, in D&D, like, it's Vancian casting is named after Vance. Like, I forget, Robert Vance? He wrote a series of books that, like, D&D was, like, heavily, I think it was Dying Earth, that D&D owes a lot of, like, ideas from. And the idea was, the idea of Vancian casting based on that series is that, like, a spell is like a living thing. Jack Vance, thank you. Why was I thinking Robert? I'm thinking, like, the guy who wrote Conan. Anyway, Robert Howard. I was thinking Robert Howard. Anyway, the idea is that, like, you learn a spell, you know a spell, but you have to prepare the spell in your head ahead of time and unleash it. And that's how D&D's, like, casting works. Like, if you play a wizard in D&D, in every edition but 4th, which is, like, I like 4th a lot, but it's different. But for an example of this, it's just, we're gonna do 5th edition. You know spells as a wizard. And what you do is, you have a big old list, and then at the beginning of the day, you prepare your spells that they're going to be used, and then during the day, you use those spells, and then you can't use them until the next day to recharge. And then, like, you know, sorcerers kind of do it a little bit like that, but they just have, like, spell points. So, like, some people don't like that, because, like, you know, it's a lot of bookkeeping. That's like in my experience, something that trips up a lot of like really, really early into D&D people who want to play casters, is that the option paralysis of like, oh, not only do I have to learn the right spells, but I also need to like know what spells I'm going to need during the day. Clerics have a version of this too, that like when they prepare their spells for the day, they only get a set amount based on like what they want at the very, very beginning. And it's not something that a lot of other games use. Like, at this point, it's almost squarely D&D-ism. I'm sure you can find some fancy Heartbreakers that are using very similar systems, because, like, there usually is. But yeah. So, like, I feel like Paizo started 2nd edition Pathfinder using that kind of idea. Continuing to use that style of casting. But, like, even towards the end of Pathfinder 2e, 1e and into 2e, and then especially like later 2e, when they kind of like I think they've learned that they can kind of deviate more and more from D&D. I think they've been taking baby steps. The change to 2e, like we got a lot of people that are like, I came to Pathfinder because change is scary from D&D. And now you're changing. I'm out. Those people were always going to go out, and there's like, it's tricky as a company because it's hard to cater to them, because they will like, they kind of just want content on their one game forever, but they also will like they'll stop buying books, and they'll also just kind of bitch endlessly. If like if you release a book and there's an option in it, and that there was like a better option in another book, they're going to bitch. And like, I don't think they're wrong for bitching, but like as a company, you're like, that's not a sound way to make money. So that's also a reason a lot of games get new editions. Like the Shadowrun probably could use some new editions because they keep fucking it up. But a lot of new editions for games are just kind of like, well, especially for D&D, it's like, well, we ran out of game, and we need to make the game again so that there's more game for you to buy. How you doing, nobody? How you doing? I'm explaining D&D economics as like D&D, like the actual like system of like selling new editions and stuff. But I think they changed enough that they were like, okay, we still retain most of our fan base. And then Paizo did the whole orc thing, which was their attempt at making a system reference document back when Wizards of the Coast was like, we're gonna change our system reference document now because Hasbro is requiring us to milk all your money dry. So that's changed a little bit now. Ripping in a way I'm not super jazzed about. All right. Dry. Okay, that's. We'll let him dry a little bit. You dry a bit. Let me see. And how are you doing formally? Like the thing. I made 5 bases. And I put them what I thought was together. Weird. Okay, I'll work on the Galvorback bases, I guess, while we're waiting for the other stuff to dry, because fuck. Yeah, I can understand dictionary. I mean, there usually are enough new words for dictionaries I can kind of understand. Oh, but Coop, if we're talking about, listen, I have bad memory to begin with. I would love to have perfect recall of the past. I want that so much. I'm one of those people that like, I don't want to, I would never want to know like perfect recall of the future. That sounds like hell, and I don't want that. Like I've seen enough things to know like the eternal soul burden that comes with knowing everything 100% accurately about the future. I don't want that. Would I like to be able to remember shit? God, yeah, 100%. I don't even need everything that's ever happened. I would just be satisfied with just like perfect recall of my own life. I think that would be great. I would love that so much. But yeah, Black Roses, have yourself a good night and take it easy, yo. Coming around for this is a better idea. But I'm still using that like the material, like the stuff that makes the paint dry a bit slowly, because it also makes this like particular shade of brown like way more manageable. There we go. Work on modeling paste. I don't know, actually. I think the tricky thing is that like anything that could do, I feel like just like a hairdryer would get you like pretty close, really. Listen, I recall a lot of my past cringe. I think I've mentioned before that I distinctly remember when I was in middle school, I bought a katana on eBay, and I would do sick katana poses in my backyard. Like, I am already fully aware of my past cringe. I embrace it. I feel fine knowing that that has built me into the person I am today. I don't give a fuck. Yeah, retro clothes are too. Yeah, because like that is legitimately an issue that a lot of games that are like pretty like well put together. Were my moves? God no. Like, I was also unironically wearing cargo shorts when I did my katana shit. Like it's like I have already seen the depths of cringe. I cannot fall further. I have walked through the valley of the shadow of death of cringe. It's fine. Yes, when you were training normal hobbies, I was studying the blade brush. No, I've actually never owned a wolf shirt. I've never been a wolf boy. I've never been a wolf boy. Well, it was even lamer too because my katana was a katana I bought on eBay, and it was like a $20 katana. So it was like partially rusted, and like the hilt, like not the hilt, like the grip was coming apart. It was so jank, but I was also underage when I bought it, and I will gotta say, in like mid 2000s eBay, no one did any verification checks whatsoever. I was just like, I'm gonna buy a katana, and they're like, cool, enjoy your bladed weapon, middle schooler. Oh god, that's the funniest shit. Oh yes, the ancient good old Nobunaga. This is basically made of the same metal that like shitty silverware was made out of. It's really funny. I don't. So when I moved to college, this is gonna sound like sad, but hear me out. So prior to moving to college, I lived with at the time, my adopted uncle. My adopted aunt passed away. My adopted mother passed away. And my adopted father was kind of like, he lived far away and I didn't want to uproot my life. So I was like, I'm just going to stay here. Let me join I joined eBay underage. That's fine. That's whatever. So I was like, okay. So I was like, okay. So then I moved to college and I was kind of like, well, I'm sure I'll be able to like come back. So I left like my stuff. Like I couldn't bring everything to college. So I left my like Game Boy Advance and like all my games for that and whatever. Eventually my uncle moved. And like, so in theory, somewhere out there was a box containing like my Game Boy Black and White and like my katana and some like other miscellaneous shit. However, I haven't spoken to said uncle in a while. He's like, he's doing his own life now as like a real old man. That's fine. But like, I don't know where it is. Maybe someday it'll come back to me, but I've kind of just like mentally checked it off as like, yeah, no, that stuff's gone. That stuff's gone forever, and I don't mind really. Like it's not the worst. If I never get my shitty eBay katana again, it'll be whatever. Yeah. Comparing me to Samurai doing like actual calligraphy and shit. Oh, that is very funny though. But yeah, no, that was like I said, I was like, I don't need to forget my cringe. I'm fine. I'm fine with it. Also, too, like, I'm a VTuber. I'm there. Once again, the cringe is here inside the house. It's fine. I've been a VTuber for over 5 years now. Let's see, April. Okay, so around, like, October will be 5.5 years. Just coming up quicker than I would like. That's true. You got elves in general, even if you're raised by humans. Did I name it? Oh god. I want to say yes, but I don't recall the name. Which clearly, if I don't recall the name, I must not have, because I feel like that's important information to retain, Yeah. To be fair, I grew up in an area where like weird family history stuff isn't that unusual. Ah, there you are. It's like, where's that extra base I put off to the side? How you doing, Sasha? Welcome. Let me hydrate real quick. We're talking about the katana I bought in middle school and how I no longer have access to it. As one does. As one does. How you doing? I'm currently working on bases because I'm waiting for some other things to dry, but once that's done, it should be hunky-dory. Stars for a parent, does mean kinda, yeah. I think so. You can really take that like metaphor of like the parent-child thing, kind of like as bananas as you want. Like it's fun. I do think that element is really fun. I know some people don't like it because they think it's like weird or cringe or parasocial or whatever. I like the idea of the extended VTuber family because of like model parents and stuff like that. Oh god, yeah. If I see that rat with my old katana and my Game Boy, I will challenge him and I will paint him. How you doing, Money Doll? How you doing? Welcome. Yeah. Oh yeah, no, it's I don't know what the fuck happened to 2025. Like I've I've done things this year that I feel like pretty good about. I still have things I want to do. I'm still getting tabletops together. Faye is still asleep. Is she? Is that like a worry thing? Is she not supposed to be asleep? Oh, gotcha. I was like, okay. Bay's a Hololive that like I really don't watch any Hololive's live. I think I've caught a couple of her clips outside of like just on the YouTubes. I'm like, she's pretty funny. I think she's like the only real one from that whole gen, and I'm like, good shit. We'll be over there. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I was made in the lab, and then I was just like effectively like kind of changeling into a human family. So that's my family history is fucked anyway. She started playing Yakuza. See, that's wild because I've actually heard from a lot of people that like Yakuza games like turn them off. I think the problem is that like if you're down for Yakuza, like you're like, ooh, I want to see like it's like one of those things like you want to see someone's reaction because like, you know, they're very like fun emotional games. But also, if you don't like Yakuza games are long, and there's like 8 of them at this point. And chances are somebody likes Yakuza, they're probably going to play all of Yakuza in a row. And at that point, you're like, well, I guess I just don't watch them on Tuesdays now. It's getting caught deep in a franchise. Stupid deep. Someone dating. I'm sure that's happened at least once. I'm sure the VTuber family like tumbleweed exists to some degree. That would like, oh god, I wonder if that's happened yet. If somebody's like how did you two meet? Well, I drew my model, and then I paid her to rig it, and then we started chatting, and then now we're getting married. I was like, oh, that'd be sweet. I love that shit. I love romance. Romance good. One thing that I was just talking about, like, I was super jazzed in the fucking, like, Marie Kondo, like, How to Clean Your House manga style book that there was a romance plot. I was like, yeah, let's go! Let's go! Oh, yeah, no, a lot of people are horny for Majima. That tracks. To be fair, Majima's, like, a quirky, charismatic guy who can, like, back up his shit. Like, you know, like if somebody's like a goofy cornball, but like they're kind of a pushover, you're like, oh, they're annoying. But like if they're a goofy cornball, but they can kill, people are like, ooh, spicy lad. Yeah, I can see about that Danganronpa too, because that's like 3 games and like Ultra Despair Girls, which is like the shooter. Ah, big stretchy. I want to say floating in the tube. I mean, I don't know. I was not sapient at that time. I guess, honestly, if anybody in any of the tabletop games I run, like, hooks up and becomes married, invite me to your wedding, God damn it. Have I been the best man of a wedding? I have, but like the best man I was at a wedding was like a collective, like everybody in the friend group was a best man. Oh, you guys have seen my belly button. See my belly button. I got one. There we go. Oh. But yeah, speaking about tabletop streams, they will be happening again. I'm currently in the wrangling cats stage of getting the groups together. Also I'm gonna blow dry this motherfucker just to get him dried a bit. Oh, wait, you've been best man in animated audio? Ooh, fancy. Oh shit, there's like a couple of internal limbs that like I gotta get maybe. Okay. Yeah, not entirely done with this yet, but I think resorting to blow dryer is probably the way to go. Yeah, Majima's the eye patch guy. Currently, I got a Lancer one-shot and a Sword World one-shot stewing right now. And beyond that, probably something else. I know at some point, like, a lot of nerds I know, including Sasha, who's still chilling, there's a TTRPG called Magic Punk that I feel like is going to get released at some point. No, it's released in Japan, but, like, currently there's a pretty active translation group who are working on it, and as soon as that's ready to go, I'm probably going to run that as well. But yeah, I got games cooking, and I got groups. I gotta wait for like. Effectively, I put out these polls and I try to get everyone to like sign up for times, And that can be tricky with VTubers. Like, you know, VTubers are like flighty little creatures. And also, listen, I can't give anyone shit for taking too long to reply on their DMs. There was a guy that like I was talking to, and he was joking like, "How you didn't reply to my DM like a year ago?" And I was like, "Oh, I do like Mega Man Battle Network." Yes, I waited a year for that. Oh gosh, guys, you want to hear something really fucking funny? Yes, I need to buy a copy of Magic Punk first, but I do want to run it because it looks neat. I don't know much about the system, but like the designs are really good. You guys know Amantis, right? Like the Owl Hat guy. I rated him yesterday, Friday, Saturday, Thursday. It was for Illbleed, I believe. What happened was he was like, "Hey, Hal, this might be a bit forward, but would you like at the time? But like, would you like to do like a painting collab stream?" And here's the thing, this was done on Twitter, and Twitter is the devil, so I didn't see it. I didn't see that message. And I just, at the time, I just wasn't following him on Twitter. So I followed him on Twitter, and I got an alert that's like, "Oh, you got a message from Amantis." And it was like, "Oh." I was like, "Yes, I would love to collab." I replied to a message that was over a year old. Like, he was within his rights to say, "Fuck you." Or like, he didn't even comment on it. I don't think he realized that the difference of time was that big anyway. It happened. Like, Twitter is really bad for DMs because like, you get a billion bots. I get like a billion crypto bots like every day. And also, if you're not following someone, it like sticks your DM in like a hidden bucket that they might just miss entirely. It's the worst. It really is. What Sasha said is 100% true. Like, holy shit. It's so bad. But at the same token, I was just like, I goofed. we be having a little bit of goof, little goofing. There, he's actually got like a normal cloak at the back, which I'm trying to work on that. Yeah, like okay, I'm curious. I do want to look at my DMs. Curious. So if I check my current DMs now, yep, I have a crypto. The thing is, like, all the crypto DMs are the exact same thing. They are a 150-person group saying, like, "Buy crypto now." So, yeah, there we go. So, my first message from Amantis was on April 16, 2024, at 12:39 a.m. I'm not going to read the message. It was just, like, you know, pretty typical invite. And on February 24th, 2025, I said, "Sounds like fun." We did do the collab. Devere, we did do the collab. I was painting Sultanate on stream for that. No, I might have been doing my Knights of Avarice at the time. We did do that collab though. Amantis is a good guy. It's the third twister. Oh my god, I feel so bad for like lady VTubers. I get messages from my friends sometimes. I know like Echo's gotten this a couple times of just like, ironically, it's a lot of times it's male VTubers with like demon aesthetics that it's like, "Yo girl, you want this dick?" And it's like, oh man, it's like, that's your opening message, buddy. It's very silly. Let's see. One of the other groups in almost 8 got shot on during. Oh god. Oh no. Oh no. Hey, no, to be fair, I forget about shit all the time. Don't listen. Once again, I cannot criticize anyone for memory. You're fine. You're totally fine. Do I watch any VTubers? Very sporadically. I will fully admit I'm a very sporadic VTuber watcher. I like VTubers a lot. I love the medium. I just don't watch VTubers a lot of times. Hard Dom Sonner's shy, squeaky voice Dom daughter. I mean, the thing is, like, objectively, I don't know. I don't know, cause I'm not the audience for people trying to be like, "Yeah, you want the sex," like that kind of like style. Like that doesn't, like, I'm not the market for that. But like whenever I see that, I'm just like, "Oh god, why you like this?" Hi, Kine, welcome. Oh, cherish that group forever. Those kind of groups are really, really rare. I'm very lucky that my current group has decided to try out 2 superhero games in a row. We're currently doing Prowlers and Paragons, which I like. it reminds me a lot like Mutants and Masterminds, but it's got like a normal HP system, and like building a hero is way more sane. It's a way more sane system to build a hero in, for sure. Dry brushing that beige skin on there. Yeah, boy, let's go. Sometimes horny on main cells. It depends. Like, the thing is, like, I think a lot of people assume you can just be horny, and like that's like well, all right, time for the gifts now, and it's like there is an art to it. Like there's a reason why like there are people who like are horny smiths. They craft the horny. They put together the shit. Because otherwise, it's just like it's like yo baby want some fuck. It's not there. Like that doesn't work. How are you doing, Shadow? Welcome. How you doing? Oh god, furry dom sounds fucking awful. I mean, once again, I'm not the target audience for that, but oh boy, I wouldn't even want to be in the same room as that. I'm the kind of person that like I can't watch really cringe TV shows because I have to physically cover my face. It's the worst. Like seeing people get like really wild and out like that, it just like physically causes me pain. The biggest. Well, I think like or just in a pic of someone else's dick. Just be like, I don't know. Here's like how we comparing random dicks. Here you go. I got this one off of Google, I guess. Why not? Have fun. But yeah. Yeah. I think I mean it's a garnish, but also like it is a skill like anything else. Like, and I've mentioned this before with like people who pop into chats and do like full on like intense orc roleplay. There is a time and a place for role-playing things, and as somebody who loves TRPGs, I love role-playing. I love role-playing games. Nothing is more painful to me than people trying to role-play in scenarios where like role-playing is not accepted or on the table. It's the worst. It's the worst shit. It's the most painful reaction you can get. It's just like not reading the room and trying to role-playing without role-playing correctly. It's bad. Real bad time. Real bad time. No, you don't want to send this a different orifice because for some people that's the goal. For some people that's the goal. Unless you're sitting like, oh, check out this like weird like fish cloaca I found. I guess I should just bird quick. I'm sure there's a fish with the cloaca, but like, you know, like a weird animal part. This is, I should explain what I did for the process. This is using Tamiya plastic putty. I just kind of applied it like very roughly, which is why we got all these like cool textures on here, because I was just kind of just like letting it go. I was just kind of freeforming. Yeah, the greatest orc RP of my life. Oh god, no, I would hate that. Oh, I would hate that the worst. Grog say time for sex now. I'd be like, it's time for Grog to get banned. Yeah, romance is an art, and I'm color. That's a fun line, though. To be fair, that is a very fun line. Got a little rough on that little tip. That's fine. Also, probably gonna take a little bit of like the Rakar flesh color and hit up just like some of the edges of this back bit. Thing is, I really want to do an enamel wash, but like the bases are not drying yet. Can't say. Oh god, yeah. Do you guys want to see an image that I think is a good boner killer? I can send you a really good boner killer. You guys know those like fish that have their tongues replaced by parasite? I think they're really cool. Like I think they look really neat. But I do think that is a way to kill a boner like real fast. There we go. What's that? Oh, there we go. Yeah, you want to get the fish's face for this one too. There you go. Yeah, let's kind of. Ooh, this is a good one. This is a good one because you get to see the innard of the fish too, so it looks even worse somehow. Fuck you, Avif. There we go. There we go. It is a very Tyranid thing, to be fair. I actually used that concept in a TRPG before. There we go. Why is that orange on the side? I don't understand that color, whatever, but like, that fucked up. I think it's fascinating. Like I've used that in a TRPG before. Back I was running Blades in the Dark for my group, and there was this it's effectively this like alchemist guy that like fell in love with this mermaid lady, but she would never like speak to him face to face. Like she would always like talk to him like behind a rock or something like that. And eventually he was like hiring the party to smuggle something she needed. And eventually at the end of the mission, the party was able to like find out what was going on with her. And that the fact that the mermaid was actually like the thing that the guy was talking to was the parasite, which had like implanted itself in a human and kind of turns him into a weird fish monster. But she was like genuinely in love with him. And the guy was like, oh God, I don't know. Oh boy, I don't know. I think now we live in a society where everyone would be like, wood. But at the time my players were like, oh God. I think they were able to like, I don't think the romance was saved, but I don't think like anyone died. So it was technically like a mission success. They did the delivery they needed to do. I don't know. I consider it a boner kill. Like, I think if somebody is DMing someone, it's like trying to like get their fuck on and you send them that, I do think that'll get them to stop. Let's see. The Garpies into non. Oh yeah, no, that's the worst. Yeah, that's the worst soul that. Oh. Mission. God, I really like that Blades in the Dark game. I've recently found out. So this is so I was looking for there's a concept in Warhammer photography of people that sell backs of like packs of background images. Like you can just find like a bunch of like, oh, this is like backdrops of ruins that you put in the back and you put like terrain in front of it and then you put your models and it looks really, really, really good. It looks really, really, really good. And I was like, okay, so I was like looking through like there's a website that like is kind of like famous for those. And I was like, oh shit, they have a game called A State, which is a game that I've heard. I think it's a Scottish TRPG. I'm not sure. I might need to double check the country of origin. But it was one that like existed ages ago. It's basically the idea that like there's nothing left but the city, which is like a big almost like a steampunk dystopian city, but like it's not exactly using steam. It's just kind of using that kind of like weird like Jules Verne like unexplainable tech stuff. And apparently at some point it got a second edition. And it's like a heavily retooled Blades in the Dark variant. And I was just like, oh, let's go. And like, it seems really, really cool. It's less about doing crime and more like, it's called A State. And it has a name that's not meant for SEO. So I'm going to type out the name real quick. That's the name. That's the name of this game. It's nigh impossible to Google. I'm going to type it for both chats. But the premise of the other one was a very like 2000s like, yeah, this is like an edgy steampunk RPG kind of, and like it seemed fine. Like I've never played it myself, but I was aware of it. Apparently it's been like, it was really heavily retooled, and it's more about like, okay, you have a corner which is like your neighborhood in this big fucked up city, and like your people that live there, and your goal is like you want to like, you know, it's like you live in what's effectively almost kind of like a steampunk, like cyberpunk dystopia, but you're trying to like crawl, like squeeze out an existence, try to protect your family, try to keep things together, and like deal with like gangs and like sort of like crazy megacorps. And the city is so huge you can basically do whatever in there. And I was like, oh, it seems really cool. It seems really, really, really cool. And it like from what I've read a review, it was like, oh yeah, it takes a lot of the stuff I liked about Blades in the Dark and like really, really like tones it, like it's sort of like polish. God, camera froze. Hold on. Really, really polishes it up. And I want to run it, but also like I'm also running like 8 games. I know, and I know a couple of people I might ask. I know one person who at least would be down as well. It also seems like a game that'd be nice because I could just have people kind of cycle in and out. I'm also going to be, I'm using a Raykar flesh tone for this sort of like last little bit. Using the Tooth and Coats version of Raykar flesh. Did not put enough on the palette, and it's just been basically absorbed. I think I got a little bit more on here. Now, I don't know. I've tried Morkborg. It doesn't do much for me. Like I've ran it on stream once. It was fine. I like the idea of Morkborg more than I like Mork itself. Like, I like the community behind it. I love the kind of like the fact that they license it out to whoever with like no fees. I liked it. It's like a very DIY thing. I like the aesthetics. I kind of like the doomed world it operates in. But otherwise, it's like a very bare bones game. Yeah. That's also, so I've never seen the physical copy of the original A State, but like the new edition like looks beautiful. And I'm very excited for that. Oh God, speaking about like really beautiful shit. I got the physical copy of 28 Magazine in recently. And 28 Magazine's a thing that I really, really like. It's, okay, the best way I can say this, and I say this in a very loving fashion, imagine, create a cell meta. You did, yeah, hell yeah. I think the VOD is still, I think that VOD actually exists online. In my old VOD channel. Yeah, I know you definitely have to mod it a lot, and I just haven't, to be fair, I have not explored the mods that really like add features to it. I own the physical copy of that. I also own, like, not Exalted Funeral, that's a publication house. Forbidden Psalm, which is like the war gamified version of it, which is like kind of neat. But yeah, so like 28 Mag has always kind of put out these like really cool, like independent, like wargaming mini zines about like artists and like the people putting together like Mordheim campaigns. And it's always been like a free online magazine, but recently they did a Kickstarter for a collected edition. I almost might go grab my copy and show you guys on stream because it is like done like a beautiful fucking rule book. It's really nice. It's super good. I think, yeah, let me get the like the little vestiges of this. And then like these like little tippy bits. Some of the angles of this. Gonna be a little fucky. Oh yeah, I guess I could just use the blow dryer on the base as well. We got like power in. I knew this guy wouldn't be like the most complex build ever, so that's not too bad. Not too bad. Going. Especially like dry brushing is really adding like this like the flesh grain texture, which I'm really fucking digging. I didn't know Train Tutor had a physical book. That is really nice. Yeah, I don't know. I think part of it was just like, well, I love physical books, and also like I wanted to support the homies. Not that I don't like have any like. I do think it's a dream of mine at one point to get my art featured in there. I would love that shit. I don't even know how you begin to contact them for that sort of thing, but I've been a fan of this for years, so it's like, yeah, just give them a little bit of money to get a physical book. I was like, yeah, that seems good. It also came with some STLs too, which is nice. I got like the there's like a Trench Crusade model of like a crazy biologist guy who is, he doesn't have rules yet, but I got the mini for that. And then also I got it was like Procurator Stannis or something like that. It's him. It's like this kind of like big, like grim dark, like sort of tech priest guy. I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan. Yeah, Train Tutor, I've watched his stuff like every now and then. Like I've not like super gotten invested in his things, but he does some good shit. Also, I'm gonna BRB. I'm just gonna grab that book real quick. I'm not even gonna. I'm just gonna astral project. Goodbye. Right, I've gotten the book. Yippee! Let's go. Oh god, I keep forgetting how big of a chunker this thing is. Okay, I'm gonna zoom out real quick. Also give me a little bit of time to let some shit dry. John, it's like do a quick. There we go. Hey, there we go. So yeah, this is 28 Mag. It's got a huge ass fucking book. And, like I'm not gonna go like super in depth, but like it's got like a bunch of like really bitchin' art in it. Of like it's got like it opens with an interview with John Blanche if you're kind of into like that sort of thing. And let's see if I can find like. Got some like really beautiful like Mordheim campaign art. Find some. There we go. It's like it's showing like people like doing these like big like getting together to do like big Mordheim event kind of dealio. Oh yeah, I'm using magic cards in there as bookmarks. I have infinite magic cards, so like magic cards that are like commons are just free bookmarks. Or like check this shit out. It's gonna look real bad just because of like the lighting, but like yeah. interested in reading this, hold on, I'm gonna like zoom back in. There we go. Yeah, draft types. Yeah, it's basically just like free card stock and whatever. You can read all these online. Every 28 mag is free because it's like a it's like a fun collecting zine or something. I had to like shake stuff out of my. I had to shake stuff on my keyboard. I've been a big fan of their stuff for a while. I think they're kind of like that like DIY indie spirit that I greatly enjoy on things. Like when a lot of people like everything's getting like real like corporate and sterile and like I think they're doing a cool thing. So yeah, check that out. That is all the collective issues of 28 mag. Yippee! Let's go. Well, now let's go back to the lad. Let's go back to the lad. I forgot I put the boner killing fish on screen. That's fine. Oh, hole punch would be really good, especially for like hole punching. Like, I know some people like hole punch leaves out of cardstock and then like spray paint a bunch. Well, you spray paint the things first and then you hole punch with the cardstock. All right, I'm going to clearly need to try this a bit. Yeah, to be fair, I did not invent that idea. I've seen that somewhere or whatever. I use my skull instead. My skull is hard and will break your hand. No, I'm made of goo, but like it's solidified enough. But yeah, I know I have a bunch of these like leaves I've been using for some stuff. And I don't think they've been. Those might have been hole punch out of actual leaves, but I have seen some people do like that kind of thing with cardstock. A billion brushes and whatnot. I need to like move around. I did not say that. No, I did not say that. So that. I'm sure there's plenty of hole punches out there. I'm sure you could find something. Oh yeah, cereal box has been used for campaign for like stuff forever because like you can use them for like shingles or like shutters or like just like a bunch of stuff really. Just like terrain posters, even just like reinforcing some cardboard stuff for terrain. A lot of terrain is just fancy upcycling. Like you can get a lot of usage out of that. Yeah, I have a tail. Yeah, I got a tail when I'm in full mimic mode, yo. I don't know why you heard that, but okay. Go get that dried off. Oh yeah, Coop, have you not seen Mimic Mode? All gets tail confirmed. No, deconfirmed. Opposite of that. No. Alright. I could actually, the funny thing, I could just pop my tail out if I felt like it. There we go. Like a clip off to the side. Hey, no, perfect tail range. Let's go. I need to do that for something. For like, I got like a little jar of what's it called? I got a little jar of like leaf things that I'm using for turnip stuff. And it looks really, really nice. Blow dry this because I would like to dry brush. Ideally, I want to dry brush it and I want to glue them to there and then maybe do like a little bit of armor touch up and then do some enamels. I'm gonna like get under him. Like I could maybe do a little bit of more dry brushing the metallics on the bottom of the gun. Let me hit that up real quick. You have a tail. Yay. I can go full mimic mode too. Go. There we go. Yeah, like Ringstone World's kind of a bleh company, but they do got really good like rollers and punches and whatnot. Like I wish they didn't because I would like to not get shit from them. I haven't gotten anything from Ringstone World for a while, even though I use their brushes a lot because I got some of their silver tier brushes. They've actually been really, really good. But I have a hard time supporting them because they're kind of assholes and they kind of drop ship a lot of shit now, which is really, I don't like, I hate drop shipping so much. I hate drop shipping so much. The worst. Maybe I might color the key. I don't know how, like, even like the actual like art, they're not like that. like colored. Like they're pretty like very monochromatic for the most part. Itty bitty little flesh bit. It's all good, Coop. Have yourself a good night and take it easy, yo. Have a good rest. Go right there. Oh yeah, there's like the back of this cloak thing. What do I want that to be? I'm just gonna make this metallic for now, and I'll go back later and figure out what I do with it. There we go. How you doing, Lotto? Welcome, welcome, welcome. How you doing? How you doing? Talk about buying bulk seed for terrain. Oh yeah, how you doing? Yeah. I hair in my mouth. The problems about being a dude with long hair is you just get hair in your mouth from time to time. It sucks, but you got to suffer for looks. It's the worst. All right. He's good. Base. Get a little bit of that. You do it on purpose? Why? Why would you do that? Also probably. Oh God. Jesus. All right. A little bit of the beige color. I don't need to go full tilt on the round ones. Oh yeah, I got this like weathering brush from Vallejo. It's like a very thick brush. I wonder how good that is for dry brush. I'm curious. We're gonna find out. Oh no, this is. It's like scratching. Hold on. Yeah, no, that's. I guess this is supposed to be used almost exclusively for like weathering powders and stuff. Time to. That was one of those like, Hal's going to make a purchase, and we'll find out later if that was a good one. At least a boar bristle brush is like more fine for dry brush and stuff. We're talking about like a stiff brush that's useful. Go. There. I need to go back and hit this with that like the whiter color. Okay, no, this is fine. Just get that like initial kind of like tone setting, and I'll just go for the highlights later. The nice thing about this project too, I was like, I knew that this would be quick and very dry brush friendly, and like, you know, it's nice. Then whenever I play court and I'm running my Hell Knights, I don't have to run the manlets anymore. I'll have 2 fully grown knights, and it's gonna look baller. Yeah, that's a bad combo. I usually gotta like mainline coffee once I reach that state. I don't know how much access to coffee you got. I have to buy my own coffee. I gotta buy my own coffee for the guild. It sucks. They don't understand how coffee works, so I have to bring my own. The worst. The worst. At least at the very least, like because I do that, I can like, you know, I can match my own flavor taste. But a lot of times for me, coffee is like a pure mechanical thing, where I'm usually not like the subtle flavors. I'm just like need coffee, get cheap coffee, get big cheap coffee. And like that also just kind of works for me, so whatever. Let's do Coke instead. Oh yeah, there we go. Your gamer juice. Hey, let's go. The gamer juice do be really good. I got a bunch of like there's like what's her name? Tricky Wiki. She has like a plum flavor that I've been really enjoying a lot. The lads. There we go. Now I just got to get the dirt texture. At least for me personally, I had to have enjoyment of coffee, like, kind of like beaten into me by the workplace. Like, I've always had a bit of a sweet tooth. Oh god, yeah, she have that ad where she just like straight up like mounts like a small night guy. I mean, the people like I've seen people comment on that, and it's usually some variation of like, God, I wish that were me. So like clearly the marketing's working. I don't know if I would give a 3-year-old coffee. That feels extreme. That feels extreme to me, but I don't know if that's like just like a local like a regional or cultural thing or what. But what's it called? I hated coffee for many, many years. And then I remember way back when I was working, still in the kind of like doing human realm stuff, I was in an office job and they had infinite coffee. No, I thought she was riding the dude. I think, because I think I did see that, but I don't think I had the sound on. I was doing it at the time. I don't think I was in public. But there's like some reason I couldn't listen to sound, so I think I was just like, oh, what the fuck is this? Oh. Okay. We can't just ask someone if they're Puerto Rican. I'm kidding. I'm joking. I'm making a joke. Yeah, I definitely like, I don't know, but yeah, I both didn't like coffee just because like I never had any good coffee. How you doing, Jazz? How you doing, Eldar? See, I realize just like regular Elder. I'm like, I mean, calling into my stream and calling me old is fair, but like, how you doing? How you doing? I'm more like a chaos creature, if anything. There we go. All right, so I think I'm gonna glue them to the base now, and then wait for that to dry, and then it's probably enamel time. Yippee! How you doing, Jazz? Get them toes. Get them toes. There we go. Make a very specific. There we go. Just like that. Perfectly on the base. I'm gonna let that dry. Tiny Vabby at 34. Scoot you slightly away. Will I go back to the bases for the Gal Vorback equivalent, guys? Yeah, I can do that. Let's see, what do I need? I just need like a dark gray. I need a dark gray on these. Black, blue, dark gray. Wait, I got another dark gray. I should use this older one first. Doing chaos record outside. Ah, gotcha. Hell yeah. I'm currently working on. Well, kinda. So I was working on Trench Crusade primarily, but I'm also working on some bases for. I made really budget like Gal Vorback Possessed out of the old 3D, the old plastic Chaos Spawn kit, and then some Mark 6 bodies. But I need to show you what they actually look like, though. Hold on, let me show you what the actual see if I can find like old Chaos Possessed. Hold on. I mean, I guess there's probably like a metal one. Old. See if I can find like a. Also, how you doing, Frankenstein? Welcome, everybody. Welcome. If you didn't know me, I'm Howard, the Mimic Elf, miniature painting VTuber of the Nurgle and Skaven variety. What were you working on? Let's see. Quick. Yeah, I'm currently working on a Hell Knight. Also, Demon Seed. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the workshop. From what I understand, no. I did look that up before Battle Wreck. The actual Gal Vorback were like the original wave were killed down. I believe all but Argel Tal were killed on Istvan. And then Argel was killed by, if you know, you know. And the Wordbearers continued to make Gal Vorback, but that was the batch that was like in symbiosis. Everyone else since then is basically just chaos possessed as we know them now. And you're painting some sororitas. Let's go. Oh, I found them too. So this is what this is like the body parts I use for those guys. So you can tell I definitely didn't use all of the heads, and I didn't use any of the torsos because the torsos are jank as shit. But it's like the wings and the arms and the backpacks are fine. So I was able to salvage some of those also because I got that collection for like $15 for all three. So I'm weak to a good deal. I'm absolutely weak to a good deal. But yeah, I'm glad your painting seems to have gone well. Yeah, I found that like the weakness of those kits is some of the heads and the torsos. If you actually put the parts on different torsos, they don't look as bad. They do kind of look big and cartoony, but I think you can definitely save those. I've personally found that the torso is just a weak point, and then like once you remove that, you're kind of you're gravy at that point. My shop was just selling them my shop has a really good used bin. It's not like all gold all the time, but I've picked up like leg burst crawlers and lots of basically 20 heresy marines for like $40. Like it's pretty baller. It's pretty insane. It's been really, really, really good. Oh, nice. You have to let me know how those are. I don't really have a strong need for pinup transfers, but I am very curious to see how they turn out. I would like to see how they turn out. We get these. Yeah, these are like 3D printed ruin bits I got from, I don't remember the person who sculpted these, but I could find them if need be, if you would like some of these. I already have I have like a couple different varieties of like ruined, kind of like ruined temple dealio. They just happen to be like very, very good looking for like typical, like very, 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 very good for like kind of typical like ruined Gothic battlefield stuff like that. Yeah, that's like I like the ones that have like the big horns. I actually kind of got rid of. All the other ones I was fine with. I was fine with all the rest of them. By the time I get the gray on all these, I should be able to start working on the enamel stuff. Yeah, so originally, these are not Zafka, but I have been using a lot. I do have a lot of his ruined castle bits for like a lot of my terrain stuff. I have a good example right now, but like if you've seen like a ruined pillar or something in some of my models, it's probably from them. But yeah, no, this one's from, oh, I could get you guys the link once I get all the paint on. Or actually, if it just, oh, hold on. Library. Of course, my mini factory signs me off like the time I need them right now. How you doing, Moss? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Currently working on this guy, but I'm waiting for his glue feet to dry so I can do some enameling. There we go. It's from HS Prods Miniatures? Whatever. I'll go ahead and link these. And how you doing, Prim? Welcome, welcome, welcome. How you doing? How you doing? I'm looking for funky 3D printed bits I got. Oh. Doing the Path of Vanilla Grail. Wait. I can understand doing Vanilla Grail, but why no Lord of Tumors though? I feel like the Lord of Tumors is like the main reason to go vanilla over Dirge. Like do you got a plan, or are they just like what's the reasoning? Like I know you can run triple knights, but like but I guess you do lose a couple of other things like like that's fair. You do lose like Beelzebub axes and stuff like that. Okay, there's some reasoning for that. Oh god, yeah. I'm going to attempt to buy the Sonic Secret Lair tomorrow because I am weak. We'll see. If I don't get it, that's fine. Oh yeah, that's fair. Three with the Grail Shield does sound pretty baller. Never mind, I take it. Yeah, I was like, wait a minute. Oh yeah, I guess that would be cool. Also, did you get the amalgam? Oh yeah, if you've been moving shit, yeah, definitely rest up. It's really weird. I find moving really fun, but also really stressful. Like some of them, like I don't know. Like one of the most peaceful times of my life is like before I moved states, like ages ago. It was just like me in a mostly empty house, just like ordering Chinese food and watching anime. And it was just like, it was such like a weird, simple kind of like little experience, but it was just like, I was just serenely at peace because I didn't have any work going on. I didn't like, you know, I knew that like my life was like, so like, not like, you know, not working because you're neat never feels great. Because you're like, okay, I don't gotta work, but then there's always like the looming threat of like, I'm going to starve. But knowing that like, oh yeah, I don't need to work because in like in a week or two, I'll have work. And then I can continue on with that. It's a very good experience. It's a very, I mean, you know, moving is evil and stressful and whatnot, but like, that little bit. It's also really fun. I remember moving to my place and only having an air mattress and a laptop and just watching, I think I was watching like a Scanner Darkly and like Videodrome and stuff like that. Weirdly some like Cronenberg movies. I don't know why, it just felt right. Oh, to be fair, I mean, basing what you're going to play based on what models you have is totally valid and understandable. That makes a lot of sense. That's just a reorganizing. Hey, let's go. The nice thing about that too is like, arguably you don't have to rush on that, but you probably should do it with some haste because if not, things will remain in boxes forever. That's just kind of the gist of it. If you're like, I'll unpack this like as I go, that things will be in boxes forever. Boxes are their new home now. It's just the way of things. You want to unpack. You don't have to be like super swift, but like, you know, definitely put some gusto into there. Yeah, sometimes. Oh yeah, the guild doesn't give me a lot of PTO, but when it does, I don't travel. I just staycation. I travel in January and then sometimes in the winter to go visit family, but like otherwise, I'm big chillin'. All right, speaking about big chillin', that's not a segue that makes any sense. Time to do some enamel bullshit. Yippee! Let's go. All right, got my jar of enamels. Oops. I already have the blow dryer on my lap. Get the paint. I'm also gonna get the. Let's see, I think I've learned a better way to thin out. Like I was just trying to do. Like I'm using the AK wash again because I think that's gonna be a good look. Oh yeah, it's all good. 14 peasants. Have yourself a good night and take it easy, yo. I was originally just doing just dabbing out of the bottle and then dabbing into the mineral spirits, but I think I actively need to use a dropper for that. I think I can use this as a way to get like the much better, like thinner ratio. So it still look dark, but like not. I still am pretty happy with the way my noise marines turned out. They're not done yet. They still need more work, but I'm not going to be doing that this week because I want to every other week for them. I think they should give like a relatively way more thinned out experience. There we go. All right, lad. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Okay, we're getting tinted, but not overpoweringly so. Okay. There we go. There we go. Yeah. So, sometimes you do just like it's easy to like wait forever because you just want like a big time off. But yeah, no, get like sometimes just like the long 3-day weekend is worth it. Like. I'm going to tint this. I'm also going to be hitting this up with like the Carrion Crimson like paint, the enamel paint. So this is going to be dirty and scuffed and whatnot, but there's going to be a lot of it's going to be wiped off, so I'm not worried. Crevices. I made a model that was like very crevice free into a model with infinite crevices. It's just infinite crevice works. Like I'm gonna try to hit like every angle, and I know deep in my heart I'm just gonna miss like a couple. Bad. I got the ratio right too, which is very good. Up to the top. And time to get the base as well, which I think is gonna be the same dealio. Oh, the feet! I nearly, like, I was just, like, looking at the angles, like, oh, yeah, that foot, maybe, like another one. It's the name of my 4th sex tape. Okay, you say that. What are the other 3? You gotta give the other 3 names, like, right now. Do it. At least one. Give me one other. Give me the name of your 2nd sex tape. Because, you know, the first one, you could just call it the sex tape. The second one has to have a title. 2 drops of an... Well, actually, like 2 or 3. Pants on the shelf. Hell yeah, let's go. Okay. I was just seeing if I could call your bluff and you were successful, so I have no complaints. I have no complaints whatsoever. Dirt crevices. Okay, and rinse that out. And it is blow dry time. Yippee. Put the blow dryer on the floor. Why? I could use that. There we go. Okay, the armor has turned out perfect. Like, I don't think I'm going to touch up the armor at all. The big thing is just going to see how the flesh will react. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. Did that. Start. This is good, this is good, this is good. Oh yeah, I got the sponges. We were talking about doing like these big old makeup sponges. These are going to be probably perfect for this. Yeah, let's go. Oh, let's fucking go. I think some of the other models, I was like, the sponge just didn't fit right, but this... Oh, okay, there's A, any crevice that could use it. Blast it. Oh yeah, no, there's if I remember right, there's like an ancient wiki that just collects a lot of like weird porn titles, and some of the like so many of those are just puns. Like if I ever just wanted just to like, I don't know, like kind of like Stack Overflow Jay's brain, we could just like read off of that forever. Though my favorite one, it's not that, it's there is a Twitter account, they also have a Blue Sky too, that just like translates the names of Japanese JAVs, Japan Adult Video. I have to weeb apparently, but like some of those names are like really, really, really good. They're so good. Like it's the thing is like they're also good. Did they fully move over to Blue Sky? Okay, I followed them on Blue Sky. I didn't know if they were still doing Twitter or not. Let's see. Neck area. Oh my god, this turned out good. It's all good, Fuber. Have yourself a good night and take it easy, yo. So good. Holy shit. Oh, I gotta get the shit on the ground too. Apparently hitting this up with a makeup sponge, like a dedicated full-ass sponge, has been chef's kiss. All right, real quick, I'm gonna go there. I'm gonna go to the JV titles, and I just want to pick one. I'm just gonna pick like a one that was like posted recently. Let's see. Oh god. Oh god. I forgot. Oh no. Oh no. Somebody's okay. I was just like, oh yeah, I could post one of these. No, I can't. No, I can't. Okay. Okay, Oh yeah, no, they're really good, Rookie. How you doing? Sorry, I'm lost in the sauce. I can't show any of these. I can't show any of these. How you doing? I've been using I used the sponge for the flesh, and it was really good. Also, I think I just finally got the ratio of paint thinner to like. So, I was using. I put the bottle away. The AK Interactive Dark Wash, which is like them doing like a dedicated wash. I think I like it more than Villainy Inks. The consistency is more even. It dries matte, and the lids are screw off, so I can like stir it around and shit. I only have that dark one. I might need to pick up some of the other colors. The main downside is they don't fit into like a traditional bottle. Okay, I like the Cervix Reloaded. So Cervix Reloaded is a very specific boomer joke for the Matrix, but I'm here for it. Alright, that looks pretty good. So now it's on to. So speaking about Villainy Ink, I am going to be doing some Villainy Inks, and wash all these again. Alright, so yeah, grab the Villainy Ink, the Carrion Crimson. Ah, there we go. Go for the Hydrate. Ah, there we go. Oh, big sippy, let's go. Yeah, I'm gonna use Carrion Crimson. There we go. I need to shake this thing. Once again, everyone, shout out to Evening Primrose who got me. It was my throne for a birthday. I got the Vortex Mixer, and it was like anyone who is on the fence about getting a Vortex Mixer, get a Vortex Mixer. It's a fucking game changer. It's so good. These are so good. Like, these things are so good, and like the Villainy Ink enamels, you gotta shake the ever-loving. Oh, some of the foot glue is kind of funky around there. I can fix that like reasonably easy. That's not the worst. It's a tricky thing. I really like the gel glue, but sometimes it will just like fuck up shit like that. Bottle there. I'm gonna use the same brush. Let's use a different brush. There we go. Oh, I want one that clamps. If you ever find the one that clamps, let me know. I don't need an upgrade yet, but that does sound nice. Yeah, I'm gonna hit it with this. Add like a couple like blood splotches and also to kind of like mix up some shit. Directly translated painting nails, which oh no, I know that. I think like there's a VTuber named Stalker Ocker, very nice lady, who also like mentioned that a couple of weeks ago. I was like, oh shit, I guess I could paint nails if I wanted to. How you doing, Spork? How you doing? I'm painting the wailing wall of flesh, as one does. Yeah, I think I learned that like I want to like poke this on. Like I think the way to use this one is to poke it on. Yeah, it's him. It's John Big Blob from the New Hampshire Big Blobs, yo. I just want to get like a little bit, just kind of go like. Boop, 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 boop. I can kind of use this for like the areas that like I just didn't get with the dark wash. It behaves really nicely with the dark wash too. Hey, how you doing? I've had this guy on my desk for literally months. Like this is something that like I find funny for like. I've been looking for ways to like reduce clutter in my life, but also some of that clutter I do come back to, and I make like really banging bullshit like this. So I'm like less incentivized to remove any clutter. It's just funny how that works out. Yeah, I shook this enough that I'm getting like the good. It's supposed to like when this dries, it's gonna leave like little like coagulated like particle bits. That's really the big thing that like the AK washes might leave some like dusty residue, but like this, like I know that Villainy Ink people try to specifically do like different texture finishes and stuff. They'll add like little particulates, which is both a blessing and a curse because sometimes you like want the effects of the enamel, but you don't want that little bullshit. But other times you do. I'm still getting like the good rhythm for that. Gundam Paint Shader. Oh, it's no longer available. It's okay. I'll Google Gundam Paint Shaker and then I'll look at that later. Ooh, oh my god, you weren't creative about the oh yeah, that's because like Tamiya's come in those like kind of like twisty pots. You can just like secure the lid and just like cram that fucker in there and just let it just like shake blast all your whoa. Like I got a little in the hands. Oh yeah, I got the sponge. To gooch. I'm gonna blow dry this. Oh, that'd be great for rattle cans. Yeah, you're right. Oh my god, yeah. Yeah, check this guy out. Oh, I gotta do the blood pile on the ground too. I gotta do like a similar setup for that. Oh, that sounds excellent though. I'm gonna like it's like one of those things. It's like I don't need a new one. My current one's good. But if I bookmark that for like if my current one dies, and I'm like, ooh, I would like me an upgrade, like for my resin printer. This is really plain, other than this big old like corpse pile in there. I'm kind of digging it. If I remember right, this stuff you can blow dry, but it gets like really fucked up. So I might let this dry au natural. See if there's like any lingering bits. So like check out this motherfucker. Hell yeah. All right, I'm gonna rinse that out. No more enamels for now. As far as I can tell, I don't think you side. Yeah. Oh yeah, doing that would have been good for I always forget when Prime Day is. So I never actually get any deals. Not a single one. I was debating, like, I was like, do I like potentially a risky fun purchase for another Stream Deck? It's like, I feel like having a second one would be good, and they were like $50 off. I was like, nah, it's fine. It's fine. Especially because like I got the Saturnine box is where that went. I keep hearing like really grim things about the new edition of Horus Heresy, though. We'll find out. It's like I never put together Horus Heresy army, so like I'm not suffering. Like I do feel bad for the people who like I built. Like I think there's like what's this guy? It's like S. There's like a guy that does like dedicated like battle report stuff. I think somebody linked him in the Discord, and I'm totally blanking on who this was. Let's see. Later, did I watch them? It is Essen and Battle Reports. They couldn't really mention anything specific, though. Yeah, Terminators without... But basically, because they're doing that thing where they're just like... Oh yeah, if it doesn't come on the kit, you just can't use it. Which is a very Games Workshop thing to do. As far as I can tell, what they're doing is they're going just to release the edition like pretty bare bones. Like, you know, it's just going to be like everyone's probably going to be rocking like basic units and then like their like really, really basic stuff. And then like maybe a couple like customizable detachments and whatnot. Yeah. And then they want to do, supposedly the plan is to fix everything in Libers. Like specifically they want to release like little Libers for like, I don't know if it's on a by faction basis or like maybe do like a... It's like how like what's like the Shattered Legions? No, were like kind of like a combination of like Raven Guard, Iron Hands, and Salamanders. So maybe they'll theme it like that. I don't know. Still potentially kind of iffy though. Still potentially very iffy. Or the fancy Marsh Flats. Hey, let's go. At least the Marsh Flats. Like I mean, both those would have been good to keep, but also like a Marsh Flats would be good for the rest of your life. So like, why not? Fuck it. Hell yeah. He's drying. Okay. Got the bases. I don't know if I want to give... I can work on Big Flappy. I was kind of thinking about working on Big Flappy. All right, what does he need? I gotta get the skin of this. I should think like a very similar skin recipe to what I did like not that long ago would be a good idea, actually. Like start with that magenta. Actually, no, I think I might go deeper though. I think I'm gonna use that like evil red, which is like very still very spooky color. But kind of will provide like a slightly darker base to this. Yeah, I don't know. It also sounds like that they're like what I've heard. It's tricky though. It's tricky because like I have to sort through like what is legitimate complaints and what's just kind of like inevitable. Like a lot of times people will just bitch about G-dubs, and I don't think they're wrong to do so. But it also means like what is a real complaint and what is somebody just like venting is really tricky. Yeah, well the thing is like I think the reason they do that is because unfortunately it works. It absolutely does work, and like I will admit because I'm technically part of the problem. Like, I pre-ordered a Saturnine box before I knew anything about the rules or whatever, mostly just because I wanted to paint Big Robot. And the thing is, I think a lot of other people want to paint Big Robot, and because of that, like, they don't have to give a shit. And a lot of other people kind of... go, like, maybe, like, one more drop. The evil color. Like, it's rough. But I don't think they get punished enough, unfortunately, to, like, consider restructuring why they do things. A little darker. Bit of water on there. Try the other wing. You know, something like this would be good. I'm also going to, like, build up a flesh tone over a lot of the flesh, so... This will be nice. This will be nice. Yeah, well, I mean, the thing is, it's always tricky, too, because, like, still buying old editions, you're still sort of perpetuating, like, the kind of, like, hegemonic dominant... I mean, you're not specifically, because I know you also do, like, historicals and stuff, but it's tricky, because even if you're like, fuck you, Games Workshop, I'm gonna buy, like, older models and stuff, like, you know, you're still kind of, like, perpetuating, like, the dominance of, like, Warhammer as a thing. It's just kind of... It's an awkward spot to be in, because, like, you're not left with a lot of good options. I mean, doing your own thing and having your own fun is the way to go, but, like, it also means it's like, yeah, Games Workshop isn't going to give a shit. because there's still, for a lot of people, like the wargaming. Like we're kind of like, it's just kind of interesting because like a lot of people just like don't want to go back to older editions, even if they hate the current edition. It's because like, you know, that like that dominance is strong. That strong dominance. Once again, I'm guilty. Like these are older models I'm painting, right? Well, part of it. Like, you know, we'll maybe gonna use them for Horus Heresy. Maybe. Yeah, it is tricky though too, because like if you're just doing it for like pure like I'm having fun on the YouTubes, which I think is noble and like you should do, like that's fine. But, like, even a lot of people, they're like, yeah, like I know like Peachy was like, yeah, I really like Silver Bayonet and like a lot of historical things, but also like you need to do things for about Space Marines so people will check out your shit. Like it's that kind of it's interesting because like a lot of things I think about that like that led Warhammer to the current state it is really just kind of like a weird unwinding of just like years and years of just like not even like GMs specifically, but just kind of like culture of things. Like the way like wargaming culture has changed and like the like how that intersects with like social media. It's interesting. I feel like there could be like an interesting like thesis statement on that. Or like a paper, I don't know. Just need to think about it. We truly do live in a society. Hey, Theo. Yeah, I use some of the old Chaos Possessed, like the really chunky plastic ones, and then also I use some like Beakies to kind of make a soft Gal Vorback, but also probably more likely just actual Possessed. Oh. Big flappers on there. Well, yeah. Well, I don't even think it's even like I mean, that's probably part of it, the boomer garbage thing. I don't believe that, but I think that some people believe that. I think a lot of it is just like, it's tricky, but like, the idea of convenience in wargaming is really powerful. Like, it's really hard to organize. Like, you know, like typically how hard it is to get like tabletop groups together. Like, if you play the current edition of 40K, you're basically guaranteed that like if you go into any hobby store, you can play 40K, like whenever. And like social things aside, that like you know you still gotta like bathe and like be like a courteous person, but like you know, as opposed to like any other war, like or like if you're like okay, I want to go play, like let's say you just want to play 9th edition, you want to go back 1 edition. Now it's like a thing, it's like a journey you gotta do. You gotta organize people, you gotta get shit together, you gotta put together a group, and for a lot of people, that's not like that level of commitment is just not worth it. Yeah, but I do think putting in the effort is worth it. That's why I play like Turnip and Trench Crusade and stuff, because I have put effort into getting some groups together, and those games are really fun, and they let me be as creative as I want to be. It's the good shit. Apparently, I just did not get the tips of these claws, but that's fine. It's like Gen 1er talk. No, Gen 1er stuff is bullshit though. I do this like that. I mean, I've ducked out of Pokemon as a friend. Apparently, fucking like. What's it called? Violet and Scarlet. Also keep. Whatever. There. Oh, can I just like? Dare I scoot a smidgen? There we go. Yeah, I think that's bullshit, but I also understand. Like, unfortunately, like when you go to play at a Games Workshop store, you're stuck with their like really like very specific policies stuff. At that point, yeah, you just kind of gotta get like a club. Some people gotta get like they can only play at G-Dub stores, so they have to play by G-Dub's rules. It is really fucked. Looking more legit. Do I just want to do that for like? Yeah, we can give this a go. Yeah, because like, here's the thing: like a Games Workshop store, maybe outside of like, mind you, this is in the States. This is in the States. A Games Workshop store is mostly there to sell you models. The fact that you might play a game is incidental. And if you're playing like I don't know, 3rd edition 40K, you're like, ooh, I'm fascinated by like the old Chaos Codex that lets you kind of do whatever you want. which I am fascinated by that codex. I really want to play 3rd edition or 4th edition using that codex. It seems like you can kind of do either. That doesn't really like lead, like, you know, that doesn't really generate revenue for a Games Workshop store, you doing that. Like, you might buy new models to play in older editions, sure. You probably, unfortunately, you probably won't, because, like, you know, you're playing older editions. And a lot of newer stuff doesn't have older equivalents. But also, like, you know, they, like, the fact that they can't sell you like a new codex or whatever will make them big sad. Once you go to like a friendly LGS, like just like a local LGS doing their own thing, you get a lot more other options. But even then, you have to hope you have one, and that can be tricky in itself to even get to that point. Like, once again, I love my LGS. That's why I try to like always buy something when I'm there. Like, I pay pig there on purpose because, like, you know, you gotta support the stuff you like. Unfortunately, you gotta support the stuff you like financially, and that kind of, like, you know, kind of becomes a whole thing. But I do like throwing the money because, yeah, people do play other games there. It's great. My shop has like a very vibrant like conquest community, which I'm not a part of, but like good for them, you know. How you doing, Ellis? How you doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Switching from gamer Kool-Aid to water. The true breakfast of jam. Anyway, I might as well bring them over here. Yeah, I don't know. The only G-dubs I would want to go to, I do want to go to Warhammer World. Okay? I do wish to make the pilgrimage and just like kind of treat it like going to Disney World, where you'd be like, Disney's kind of a fucky company, but you're like, I would like to go to Disney World. So, like, I think that's like a hypocritical stance is like pretty reasonable. Oh yeah, I forgot you had a fucking kid recently. Congratulations, Vito. I think you did. I think I saw that on Twitter, I believe. If I'm, because I think I saw a post from, it was either you or Sorsha, I believe, and you're like, "Hey, I got a baby," and I'm like, "What the fuck?" If I'm out of line, let me know. But like, congratulations, hell yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah. It's a pie crate. Second set of trains. Oh no, that's a great idea. No, that's a great idea. Like making doing anything to help facilitate the growth of a game you like at your LGS is incredibly cool behavior, and that's a cool thing to do. That's not like cringe or a bad idea or whatever. Yeah, just like, I mean, like, you know, I don't know your LGS, but I don't think any LGS that I think is a place I would want to go to would turn down free terrain. Like that's insane. That would be absolute insanity. Yeah, definitely for me, I treat Warhammer World as like, yeah, like I said, it's like a Disney thing. Yeah, oh yeah, Disney is just like I don't know. I'm not like a Disney adult. I grew up on a lot of Disney movies, but I have like no super love for the company. But yeah, I would like to go. I would like to go to Games Workshop's like Warhammer World store at some point in my life, but it's not like a huge priority. Python came happy. Yeah, there we go. How you doing? The lab is drying, so I'm currently working on some like DIY shitty Gal Vorback, which I might continue on Tuesday in it. Because I don't know. I really like how these turned out. Oh yeah, Sorsha didn't make it. Okay, cool. Well, hell yeah! Well, congratulations! Fuck yeah! Let's go. I saw that post. It's like, yeah, I had a kid. And I was like, wait a minute. No shit. Oh, you're asking him to make space. I mean, if it's like if space is a premium, definitely ask him first. But if you're like, hey, I mean, you know, just give him a call. Just be like, hey, I like Trench Crusade. I want to like leave some terrain that would make it easier for people to play that or other trench-based games. And I'm sure you can work something out with your LGS. Once again, it's another one of those things that's like, you know, if they're not reasonable with that kind of thing, you wouldn't want to play their games there anyway. So like, I imagine they'll be cool. There we go. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe someday I will make the build. It's got like a. Well, I should. I'll flush the spine for now. I'll just figure it. Whatever. Oh yeah, no, yeah, I would go to Bugman's. I would spend the day checking out like what's it called? All the like I know there's like a bunch of like really cool bitchin' like displays, and there's like a Forge World store. I would definitely go for the whole enchilada when I'm there. Like I said, I think if I ever go, I want to make it like I think it needs to be a thing. Like I either need to like also like visit like all the like the cool UK people I know, or like I don't know. If like once again if like I don't know if I ever blow up and become like big huge successful crazy VTuber Warham's mini painting guy, then I'll probably be like, oh yeah, I could do that as like a tax write-off if I make a video on it. The UK one, I mean, I'm sure the one in the US is fine, but like, you know, you gotta go to the UK one. How you doing, Furrow? Welcome, everybody. Welcome. If you do not know me, I'm Halbernot the Mimikoff. I'm a miniature painting VTuber of the Nurgle and Skaven variety. Currently, I'm working on the hideous flesh of some kind of shanky DIY Galvorback. The main goal today, who is still drying, this fucker. Oh my god, this fucker. Beautiful. Hell yeah. What? Very easy model. There was nothing complicated about him. This is like dry brushes and enamels at work, but like goddamn, I'm happy with it. I mean, I'm just happy. Like most of the effort was making the flesh cape, and like that paid dividends. You big rats, YouTube guy. All my rat tutorials and whatnot. My rat tutorials. Big ass fucking wings. I'm running out the mixture. Fine. Yeah. Oh yeah. No. Yeah. A lot of Court is just like metal color that I paint it red, dry brush a metal color, and then you know, like season to taste, and that gets me there pretty nicely, which is good. Hey, what is a nuclear option? I feel like is that like a sub game, like a just like some sort of military sim game. I just don't know which. I'm not much of a milsim guy. I don't know anything about like any real military history whatsoever or anything like that. Oh, it's a flight sim. Oh, okay, that makes a lot of sense. How's you doing, Ben was killed? Welcome. Hey, don't worry. I got my I go through like, let's see. How big are these bottles? Like 20 ounces, 25 ounces at the I go through like roughly like 44 ounces every stream. It works. Also, Ben was killed. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the workshop. How you doing? Actually, I need to get like a little bit more of a mixture. What to do? Evil. There we go. Got here as soon as I could. Oh no, it was the opposite. I was saying I don't know shit about military history stuff. I'm sorry. I was not trying to bamboozle you. I was saying that I am unawares. But I did put up a lot of my paints back. Like I did it. Like I didn't get super far. I was like, okay, all my shit got canceled today, so I'm gonna use this as an excuse to tidy things up. And I just worked on projects instead, which still felt good, mind you. Like stuff happened, like productive stuff happened, but like my workshop is still a mess. It's just that now it is a mess with more completed models in it. Oh yeah, I'm sure. I mean, Almantis feels like one of those guys that definitely knows like every history thing. But I feel like if you asked him like the names of like old dukes, he would definitely. He strikes me as like one of those people that like knows like a lot about dukes. Oh, appreciate the offer. I don't got time to play a lot of video games these days that aren't like the ones I'm streaming, unfortunately. I do need to also catch up on anime stuff. I found out that City was released. I was not aware that City came out yet. For people who don't know, City is the anime adaptation of the manga made by the guy behind Nichijou, which is one of my favorite anime of all time. So like I was super jazzed about it, and then I just like wasn't aware. I just totally forgot that it was coming out. I could name. I know, like I've been listening to a Gilles de Rais podcast right now, so I know of like. I don't even remember any dukes from that. I don't think Gilles de Rais was a duke. It was just mostly just like a asshole nobleman guy. I'm super excited. I need to watch it. It's funny. I haven't watched like a new anime in a while, so I was like, where do I watch shit these days? And I'm like, oh, okay, it's on Amazon Prime. Now I got Amazon Prime because like I'm a VTuber. I got Prime because it extends like the length of my like Twitch VODs and some other shit, so it's really, really good. It's all good, Keeney. Have yourself a good night and take it easy. Have a good rest. Yeah, I think Marmaduke counts. I think Marmaduke counts is in the grand scheme of Dukes. I think that's fair and like correct to name good old Marmaduke. Okay, this is where like the older scope gets a little janky. I'm like, where does that hand come in? Like it like cuts off really weird, like right here. It's definitely where like the kind of old jank kind of proportions are kind of fucking with me a little bit, but not the worst. I gotta go back and do all like trim and some other shit. Fine, there we go. Terracotta, maybe? I know they did that with like the Roman pillars and stuff because people were like, oh yeah, beautiful, pristine white marble. And then they check x-rays like, oh no, these are painted incredibly garishly. These are stupid garish. I want to paint the rim, but I think the less I grab on the model right now, the better. Okay, I'm just going to leave them then. I'm going to leave them there. The defenestrations of Prague. Oh, fuck. I do like me a good defenestration. When you throw people out windows, I do like that. That's great. I'm sure not every statue did, but I know a lot of them did. Like blow dry your ass. Maybe just a little bit. Just like get like a little bit of the moisture off there. Good, yes. Oh, I can work on their bases too. I can work on their bases actually. Probably not bad. Yeah, let's go. Let's work on their bases while I'm waiting for shit to get together. Light gray. Do I want to do light gray or medium gray? Medium gray. Medium gray is what I want. There we go. Let me take a sip. Oh, fuck. You did say plural. Yeah. Oh, shit. Oh, man. Like, was it the same reason each time, or did Prague find new and exciting reasons to throw people out windows? I hope each one had a different reason. If everyone had a different reason, that would be fucking amazing. Let's go. You know what? I think I'm gonna use the big dragon. The bigger. There we go. I'm gonna use this bigger. I'm gonna use this big lad. How do I even hit like the brown with this? Oh, it's just how they deal with politician stuff. Okay. Yeah, I like dry brushing gray over brown. It does create like a good look. Yeah, I got so much progress. I think the secret is I've been like watching more video essays on video games. I just by accident found a guy. It was like somebody like figuring out what the fuck happened to that like new Dragon Age game. And not like in a way that they're like, listen, I don't want this to be like a stupid political thing. I just want to like see how the fuck this game fucked up and like how the writing was kind of like cringy bullshit and like how there were like no stakes. But like, it was just kind of nice just like listening to that while I worked on some minis. I was like, oh yeah, no, this is nice. I should do that more. Yeah, it was about Veilguard or whatever. Veilguard or Veilwatch. I have only played the first Dragon Age and I was like, I feel very neutral about the first Dragon Age. I played it and I was like, this is fine. Like maybe if I played it again, I'd have like different thoughts about it. But I think at the time I was just kind of like, this is an okay game out of 10. I don't know if like Dragon Age playthrough is going to happen on stream anytime soon. I guess never say never, but it's not super high on my list right now. Right now, my big goal is like, oh, I fucking love Illbleed. Illbleed's so fucking good. Oh, I love Illbleed. Catholic Protestant thing. Oh, that makes sense. That makes sense. I love Illbleed, though. Illbleed has been chef's kiss perfect. Beautiful. Beautiful, excellent game. I might also go in, like... I think, like, where there's, like, some of that, like, little... Like, I don't know what you would call that. But, like, that little edge thing. I think I could use that to, like, maybe do some tarnish stuff. Oh, fuck. Oh, no. I think... So, like, I forget. Steve, are you still here? I might have totally blanked Steve leaving for tabletop stuff. Have I did find a good sub. I still wanted to do like what's it called? A objective marker thing with that like tarnished recipe, but I forgot I had these. These are some like turnip 28 activation tokens that are like a screaming face. They might be for panic too, but I really like them. I think if I painted them blue and then I did like my typical like tarnished copper bronzish recipe, it would look really, really good with them. Not like 8. Because I'm at the point, I only have like a couple of, oh yeah, there we go. You saw what I was talking about, right? I got those primed and ready today. I think I could use that to continue on and try to do the short of like the tarnished metal recipe I use. Because I'm also realizing too that like I'm really low on activation markers. Like I had a couple of activation markers that worked for Turnip 28, and I use them for Trench Crusade, but I found that like sometimes I need more now. Like I'm running out of activation tokens for like what were originally pretty small like forces that are getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Yeah, that's the plan. That's the plan so far. I can't say when, but it's getting closer. It's getting more real than it was previously. If that makes any sense. These bases are also really, really nice as well. I've been doing trying to add a little bit more texture. How you doing, Agrippa? Welcome. How you doing? Oh, that's been a mood. I've been doing a lot of well, actually this guy didn't have too many metallics. Check it out. This is who I was working on today. I'm letting him dry. He's mostly done, but I need to get like the base and maybe do like a little bit of touch up for the ground texture. Maybe I don't know. The ground texture is probably fine. There's that like little bit there where I had to do a touch up. Yeah, I've been like very casually enjoying Horse Game. I'm not playing it like super competitive or like using all of my energy per day. Yeah, if I got like some downtime or like I'm doing like on my lunch break at the guild, I found that Uma Musume is like a good little fun thing to do. It's been good to me in that regard. Blade Guard looking spiffy now. Ooh, yo, let's go. I do like the Blade Guard look a lot. Like, I kind of like it when, like, Space Marines lean more into, like, knightly stuff, which you think that would mean I would have picked up, like, Grey Knights or Black Templars or something, but, no, just, it just has not ended up that way. This last one. Yeah, using... Oh yeah, no, Agnes is the first one I got, so... For context, there is a horse that is named Bakushin. She is so focused on goes fast and sprints that she is effectively like easy mode. She's like baby mode that like, are you having trouble like getting a finale win? Do Bakushin, only train speed, maybe train some other stuff. But Agnes was the first one I got like a legitimate or like one that I had to try for, and I got the hot spring event at the same time. Got that save somewhere. There we go. Behold. Oh god, why is this huge? Got total tachyon victory. Let's fucking go. Did I kick the shit out of the other horse too? What was it? 3 league difference. Hell yeah. There we go. Took that somewhere on there. I was like, I was like, that's a. She said, I don't even. But yeah, no, Tachyons are really good. I really like her story. It's also really weird. Maybe I'm hallucinating, but I feel like of all the other ones I played, hers is the one that feels like most like it almost has like a very slight romantic bent to it, which is kind of interesting. The other ones are kind of like, yay, I like snacks, or like, yay, I like racing. That one has like a little bit of like she's like a little bit of like banter kind of stuff like that. There's a point where she takes you on a date. It's technically for research, but she can get like a little ooh blushy. I'm like, oh, okay. I see what you're doing there. Yeah, oh shit, she's feeling it. As she's injecting chemicals. Isn't Rice Shower very hard? From what I understand, Rice Shower is like very prone to having like mood swings. So like you'll get like really, really terrible like she'll just be like minding her own business and then just drop all of her stuff. Like you'll be like, oh, things are going good. Oh no, she's sad. Oh no, she's like real sad now. And then if you're like I think mood helps affect like whether your horse wins. I don't think it's like it is necessary to keep it like not shit. No, Golshi is funny because she's just like, you know what? Fuck you. We're not doing this trading today. I don't want to do any trading. I only want to do this thing. Oh yeah, no, I am at that point that I'm just absorbing horse knowledge. Goldship the horse is arguably more fun and interesting than Goldship the character. I like Goldship the character. She's great. Goldship the horse is a fucking wild asshole. And the like actively like sometimes just like at one point, like this is just like some of the knowledge I've obtained. At one point, like she was next to, I believe, vodka. I might be wrong. They were in like this, like the two starting areas, and Goldship just like got like pissed. Like they got into like a fight, and Goldship got pissed, and just like as the race started, just didn't leave the starting line and cost like 1 billion yen for all the people that gambled on her because she got dead fucking last, or he got dead fucking. I keep saying she because I'm thinking of the game. But also there's like another race where like Goldship went from like the back of the pack, just like absolutely losing just to running by literally everyone. Yeah, the 12 billion yen incident. Yeah, it's like you read shit like that, I'm like, horse racing is fucking bananas. I see why people get invested in it. Or like how like Goldship went to France and was like amused by French people, like would actually just like roll up to French people and just be like, hey, how's it going, everybody? And like was goofing off just to kind of like appease the French fans. And like apparently Goldship was about roughly as smart as a 7-year-old. Also retired entirely healthy. Most, like, you know, a lot of horses retire because they're old and fucked up. Goldship retired and the doctors were like, yeah, no, Goldship's totally fine. Goldship's gonna like live a long and healthy life because like it never really stressed itself. It's like you read about shit like that, I'm like, A, they did, like, Side Games did their job to capture the various Umas, but also, like, holy shit. Yeah, there's a theory that, like, Goldship just never ran with 100% strength because it didn't give a fuck. Like, absolute mad lad. Absolute mad lad. Oh yeah, no, it was like, from what I understand, Goldship had like a 96% successful breeding rate, and as what I have heard, the one time he didn't was against there's like a Uma Musume called like, I forget what it's something with an M, who's like kind of like joke trait is like being muscular as shit, like just ripped as all fuck, like a mare who was ripped as all fuck, and apparently like she scared Goldship or something like that. And like that didn't happen successfully, but otherwise Goldship fucks. Goldship canonically fucks. Now we're getting that like tarnish metal like there. Yippee. Yeah, so like I'm not like searching out exotic horse lore. It just kind of happens by being on Twitter, and the whole time I'm like, exotic horse lore is fun. Exotic horse lore is really, really fun, and then you see like how exotic horse lore translates to anime horse lore, and it's like pretty one-to-one. Like a lot of people hate Rice Shower because like she was like a literal dark horse. Like like whenever somebody else was like supposed to win, Rice Shower would just go in there and just fuck their shit up, which pissed everyone off. Which is just really funny. It's like man. It's weird to be like, ah, yes, this horse racing gotcha actually has a lot of heart put into it, but for real. Yeah, Gentle Donna. Yeah. There's a Uma Musume clip where she is like crushing a iron ball into like a smaller iron ball. Oh yeah, no, all the art of Urara getting fed grass is fantastic. Hold on. I have that saved somewhere. See if I can find. There we go. There's so many good. Oh, let's see. Did I bookmark it? There's one particular one that I really. They're all very, very good, but there's one that I really, really like. Yeah, there we go. I think it's because it just sells that like absolute fucking goober mode. in 1 year. I did actually. I don't know much about the actual Agnes, which I need to look at. But like, look at this. Look at this fucking Ulana. Look at this. Local horse has no idea why she's getting the horse equivalent of like, I don't know, like fancy dinners every night. Like tons of fancy dinners are being flown in. So I should properly. God, I have this bookmarked. I need to figure out who I retweeted who the actual artist was, but they are not the one I have access to. There we go. Okay, I found the actual artist. I want to shill the artist because you know, artist cool. I have to look. I should follow Keen Biscuit. Hold on. There we go. There we go. If for people on YouTube, if you like horse as well, follow them. Yippee! There we go. Excellent. I know they're horses are serious business and also silly business. It's fun. It's neat. I like that there's deep horror. I try to say deep lore and deep horse, and it combined to deep horror. But like, I like that there's deep horse lore for horse racing game. That just it's just like you don't need it. Like you can play the entire game without that lore, and it's still very good. But it's like, it adds a certain spice. There we go. This is a base for. I think next week, what I need to do. I need to work on this guy, because I want to make a video out of the process of making that guy. So yeah, this is probably what's going to be painted next week. And that will be his base. Fortunately, it is probably time to wrap up for the evening. Yep, there we go. So let's go to the chatting screen. Thank you, nerds, for coming. I had a lot of fun. Next week's schedule. I believe next week's schedule should be basically identical to this week's schedule. I'm not seeing any big changes. As far as painting goes, I want to work on that one lad, and then I don't know, something on maybe I'll paint the Gal Vorback dudes for Saturday. Maybe that might be fun. But yeah, that should be pretty legit. That should be pretty legit. And all right, and then the only thing that might change is if I need to do a tabletop prep for like the 2 games I want to run. You'll guys will see my schedule when it's usual time. So yeah, everybody on the YouTube side, take it easy. I'm gonna catch you nerds later. Bye, YouTube people. Bye bye.